And here we go, 6 o'clock. I was going to say it truly is the MJ Morning Show because I'm the only one here. And then, look, here comes Fester strolling in with a vintage Kiss T-shirt. Well, I'm glad he could join us because, listen, they fired Froggy. Yeah. Roxanne is out on some kind of Disney cruise this week, right. Which I don't get that. I don't understand. Your kids are back in school for just a month, and then you take your kids out of school for a whole week to go on a Disney cruise.
What does it matter?
Anyway.
What are they learning this weekend? Pre-kindergarten.
No. I think the older ones in first grade. Is that about right?
What are they learning? Learning how to cure cancer on week 3 of the school year?
I'm glad you could stroll in at the last minute. How was Pennsylvania? Man, what a weekend, man. I had a whirlwind weekend. I traveled with Michelle. It was, Michelle's birthday weekend. I kind of put together a little trip to Virginia Beach.
Oh.
So Michelle and I, and if you followed my Instagram, had a couple of posts on my certified MJ Radio Instagram. That's a whole different, my Instagram followers, I'm up like 2,000 in a week.
Yes.
For whatever, I have the largest acceleration of Instagram followers I think since the inception of my Instagram account like 13 years ago, whenever the hell I actually launched the thing. So that's crazy. Oh, and today is Michelle's birthday.
Good.
Took her to Virginia Beach. It's our hometown. That's where I met Michelle. So I took her for a little birthday weekend. We had a great time. And Festa, and today's Michelle's actual birthday.
You mentioned that 4 times already.
No, I didn't think I said today's her actual birthday. Did I say that?
Now it's 5.
Did I say that today was Michelle's actual birthday?
Are you going for double digits?
All right, so we will call Michelle later on to wish her a happy birthday.
We had no doubt about that.
And then back over to Fester. Was it a successful weekend? Oh, man, the suspense is killing me. Was it a successful weekend? yes or no?
The answer is
Oh, no.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, no.
It was a hard weekend. I won't lie. That RV show.
I was hoping for a
Yeah.
survey says massive, huge. Fester is set for the rest of the year with commission money from RV sales on the Hershey Highway in Pennsylvania.
The RV show was
Oh, and then we got some nut tried to assassinate Trump again. I mean, that crazy story down in Palm Beach County. We'll get to that a little later on. All right, go ahead. So was it for everybody or was it for just you, Fester?
You know what? It wasn't for everybody. I mean, there's, first place and last place and everything.
Well, it's luck of the draw.
Yeah.
You know, the customers that happen to cross your path.
But it was tough. It was hard.
Whether they're real buyers or whether they're strokes.
A lot of strokes.
A lot of strokes.
A lot of tire kickers, nose pickers.
Why don't you tell, what is it, tire kickers and nose pickers?
Yeah, I mean, you can't just kick tires. You have to pick your nose at the same time.
A stroke is a person that kind of wastes your time and they're just out there for the recreation of it and not to buy a recreational vehicle.
Yeah.
Is that it?
So let me ask you 400 questions about this. And, I cut them off at question 2 and
gotcha.
Get them out of there.
So what? They have nothing better to do on a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and they just want to,
you know what?
Let me go out and shop for RVs. I'm not going to buy anything, but let me make them think I'm going to try to buy something. Is that it?
RVs are one of those things that people dream about buying. And they watch YouTube videos every day, and they think they're doing a word called research, which I completely mock them when they tell me this. But they think they're researching, and they've never seen him in person. So they come to the RV show, and they've seen 1,000 videos of this, and now they finally get to see it and touch it and smell it. And so they think they have a million questions, and I just scoot them right along.
For those that are unaware, Fester's real job. See, this is Fester's fake job. This is Fester's fun job. But this doesn't feed the family. Yeah, listen, the state of radio is just not the same as what it used to be. But Fester's real job after this show every day is he goes to General RV, because after we ended the first MJ Morning Show run back in 2012, Fester had obviously put food on the table. Look. And Fester is an RV salesman at General RV, one of the biggest RV dealers in the nation, with a local location on I-4 in Dover, right off of the interstate. You see that big giant, you got a whole bunch of RV crap on, on I-4, obviously.
Whole bunch. So the flight was supposed to take off yesterday at 8:15. It gets delayed.
8:15
p.m.
Oh, wow.
p.m.
Okay.
Our RV show ends at 5.
And you were leaving from which airport?
Harrisburg.
From Harrisburg. How far is Harrisburg to Hershey? Like an hour?
No, it's like 20 minutes.
It's close. Okay.
Yeah, it's all in the Harrisburg metro.
I've been to Harrisburg. I've been to Hershey. I just, forgotten.
Well, the flight gets delayed. We get an alert. Your flight at 8:15 has been delayed.
And what airline were you on?
American.
American. So Harrisburg to where?
Charlotte.
Yeah, see, I went through Charlotte. God, I hate the Charlotte airport. Charlotte sucks. So yeah, Michelle and I, because the breeze was not a breeze for us this weekend because we could not find flights that worked. So Breeze does fly nonstop Tampa to Norfolk and then Norfolk back, but it didn't work for us. So we had to fly American as well, connecting through Charlotte. Go ahead.
8:15 flights now 10:45.
Oh God, that
and
sucks.
We're like, and there's a bunch of us.
Well, hang on a minute. Then didn't you miss your connecting?
Okay, get this. Then we get an alert. And I've never seen this happen before.
Right.
Your flight has been moved up. And we took off at 9:20. And we made the connection with seconds to spare.
Yeah, that happened to us on the way up. I don't know how the app let me do it. And this is a little bit of my fault. We had a really tight connection going up in Charlotte because we got delayed on the ground. Everything was going smoothly. Then we got a little delayed taking off here in Tampa. And then we land in Charlotte and we're sitting on a taxiway for 15 minutes. Michelle and I had a run from like C to D or whatever. And we had like 4 minutes before they closed the door. So we just made our connector. I hate Charlotte. And none of the people movers never work at Charlotte. or
Yeah, there were broken people movers everywhere.
Exactly.
Yes.
The people movers suck at Charlotte. They're always broken. I haven't been through Charlotte in a long time, and that's because we try to avoid Charlotte Airport. I just don't like it. But that's, American Airlines runs the Charlotte Airport, just like U.S. Airways did. All right, so your flight from Harrisburg to Charlotte was delayed to what time?
It was an hour and a half later,
Right,
so
so
we left at 9:30.
Hold on a second. You were supposed to, what was the original time was 8:15.
Right.
And then they moved it to 10?
10:20.
Yeah. How are you going to make the connector from Charlotte to Tampa then?
They were, guys, we're going to put you up in hotels.
Yeah.
We're
You weren't going to be here today, and
No.
it was going to be me alone.
And one of the guys,
they fired Froggy.
Right.
Roxanne is out, so it would have been really the MJ Morning Show with me only.
well, you could have woke up like, Ron DeCastro and had him come in and fill in. I mean, that's
great.
He's like, plan C now.
Yeah, whatever.
But so the flight in Charlotte got pushed back a little bit because we had like 40 people going from one plane to the next.
So you were delayed in Harrisburg leaving, but then the 10 whatever, they moved that earlier. So they said it was going to be delayed to 10, and then they said, we're leaving earlier now, and we're leaving it at 9.
So we landed in Tampa.
Yeah.
At 1:17 this morning.
Oh, man, that sucks.
So I got to the radio station about 2:00.
Hold on. You slept here last night?
Ah.
Oh, good for you.
I mean, if I would have went home, I wouldn't be here today.
Right.
I'd still be zonked out.
All right, so you fell asleep on the couch in the MJ Morning Show office?
No, we don't have a couch in the morning show office.
Folks, I've never been in our morning show office. I don't even know what the hell's in there.
Contracts are up in the next couple of weeks, so I've cleaned the morning show office out either for departure or a couch.
Hold on, they didn't go to you with a new contract yet?
No.
They told me when they fired Froggy for budget cuts that they were going to sign you early.
I think they said it was a top priority.
Well, apparently not. Let's get into that a little later on.
All right, whatever.
Man, I think we're on fumes here. I truly do.
That's all right.
I think we're running on fumes.
Fun.
All right, just getting rolling here. It's going to be a busy Monday. No lack of crap today at 6:09. Traffic's on. We're back in minutes.
Everything.
MJ Morning Show. MJ and Fester this week. Oh, the Cash Kitty. Cash Kitty is back starting at 8 o'clock this morning. It's 8 o'clock? Yeah. So it's 8 a.m., 10 a.m., 12 noon, 3 p.m., 5 p.m. Well, hold on. Are you oh, it sounded like you were choking over there.
No. Cash Kitty's back this week.
Yeah.
And this is rice cooker week?
No, I'm going to do rice cookers next week.
Okay, I was about to make a very inappropriate joke. So I'm glad we're isolating Cash Kitty for this week.
Eating cats like that fake story out of Ohio?
I mean, rice cookers, cats, local Chinese restaurants. So I was going to make a joke somewhere.
All right, anyways.
All right, so Cash Kitty this week.
Yeah, so Cash Kitty starts, and Cash Kitty will still be going next week. But I've got 5 Zojirushi rice cookers to give away because it's one of my favorite things. I'm like freaking Oprah over here.
Yeah, you're like Oprah.
You know, MJ's favorite things. So the rice cooker, I love a good bowl of Japanese sticky rice. I buy good Japanese short grain rice, and you put it in the Zojirushi. It'll cook jasmine. It'll cook any kind of rice, these Zojirushis. But I love my Japanese sticky rice, man. So I've got 5 rice makers, 5 Zojirushi rice cookers for National Rice Month that they gave me to give away to you, and we'll do those next week. But the Cash Kitty is back with our our group contest with our all our Beasley stations. And that's going to start at 8 a.m. this morning. So we'll give you the keyword, and then you text it, and you got like 15 minutes to text it. And then somebody wins $1,000. I mean, people win. Within our company, somebody wins. And it could be you.
Cool.
So 8 a.m. this morning, the Cash Kitty's back. Then right at the end of the show at 10 a.m., the Cash Kitty is back at 10, then 12 noon, then 3 p.m., and then 5 p.m. So you're shot to win $1,000 every single time, multiple times a day. And we'll do this for, a number of weeks here on Q105 and the MJ Morning Show. So stand by. Hey, I got to ask you your question in a second. First, though, Buccaneers, how about that? Nice, sweet revenge win because it was the Detroit Lions that took the Bucs out last January in the playoffs.
Yeah, they lost in the playoffs to the Lions in the second round, and the Buccaneers did great.
Then the Bucs show up at Detroit's house, and we took out the Bucs 20-16, or we took out the Lions rather. Bucs took out the Lions 20-16 up in Detroit yesterday. So phenomenal on home turf, nice revenge win. The Buccaneers are now 2-0.
How about that?
This is after, listen, what a great start. I mean, awesome start after some of the prognosticators predict that the Bucs are only going to have 8 wins this season. Listen, there's plenty of time for things to go south, all right? There's
a lot of time left.
But listen, I'm hoping that things are going to be, good for the Bucs this season, and that they're going to defy the predictions of only 8 wins, putting them under 50%. Hopefully this is indicative of the prognosticators are wrong, that the Bucs, if they keep at this pace, they're going to be playoff bound.
If they keep at this
a contender.
Pace, they'll win the Super Bowl because they'll win every game.
Yeah.
It's an awesome job, guys. Yeah,
so,
good job, Bucs.
Congratulations to the Bucs. We'll get into this a little later on. All right, now, my big question for you, Fester, and I neglected to ask this. Folks, if you're just tuning in, Fester just stumbled in at the very beginning of the show. The whole opening song was just about done, and I thought I opened the microphone, and I was like, hey, it's the MJ Morning Show, and hey, it's only me, MJ, today. I'm the only one. And then Fester kind of strolls in like 5 seconds into my opening.
Almost like I flopped in.
Fester flopped in like a fish.
Yes.
Fester slept at the... Where did you sleep?
So
where did you crash?
We have like is it called a performance studio?
Oh, yeah.
Or
it's
a gathering room?
Yeah, we get the little theater room in here.
It's the room where they assemble all the employees when they fire all of management and bring in all new people and they want to tell everybody what's going on. That's the only thing I've ever been in that room for.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Anyway, off to the side, there's like a green room in case Conway Twitty's grandson is trying to make a career when it comes to radio stations.
It's making an appearance on the country station down the hall.
Yeah, the country slob. And there's 2 couches in there.
99.5, the big country slob. All right. So
there's 2 couches in there that never get used because we rarely have people in there.
Did you stink those up with your overnight sleep stink?
I'll tell you this. They are made. These are couches that look really good visually, but they're made of like the pleathery. Oh yeah, it's crap.
Pleather. Would you expect any high quality furniture in this? Have you seen the furniture in our general manager's office?
Has it been changed? Or is he
no. Our general manager, Ron DeCastro, his office furniture is like Naugahyde fake and it's peeling. It's you sit down. If you've got shorts on, if you sit there, you get up and you've got flecks of black material that come off on your thighs if you're wearing shorts. I'm telling you right now.
That's funny.
I mean, if you go to our general manager's office, the furniture looks like it's been weathered outdoors for 7 years. It is horrific. It's awful. All right, so Fester got in late last night. He was last week. Fester was out all last week.
Got in early this morning.
He was out at Hershey, Pennsylvania's massive RV show. This is one of the biggest RV shows in America, right?
Yes.
And is it roughly this week every year?
Yeah, middle of September.
Middle of September, gotcha.
The January RV show in Tampa is in the middle of January.
And, of course, Fester, his real job's at General RV, right off of I-4 in Dover. And then the whole team, or a lot of the team, they go up to Hershey, Pennsylvania to sell RVs. So the one question I forgot to ask Fester, and Fester slept at the station because his flights were delayed back from Hershey, Pennsylvania last night.
It's the whole deal.
So he got into Tampa at 1 a.m.?
1:17.
And then, you were at the radio station by 2?
Yeah.
And then you just plopped and fell asleep in the performance studio?
Yeah.
Very nice.
That's about it.
All right. Are you going to yawn all morning?
Possibly.
All right.
I mean, it's on the table.
So the question that I did not ask you was, and I asked you, hey, how was the weekend? You were like, I was hoping you were going to say it was spectacular because, listen, I want you to make as much money as possible in commissions. So the question is, how many RVs did you sell? The show opened up on Wednesday, right?
Yeah, Wednesday.
All right, so the show opened up on Wednesday, and the show closed at what time yesterday?
5 p.m. yesterday.
All right. The question is, Wednesday to Sunday, how many RVs, Fester? Oh, should I play the Price is Right guessing game here?
It's not that many numbers.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I mean, there's not a lot of options here.
Oh,
that game will be over pretty quickly.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right, so I want to guess without going over and crashing the mountain climber.
All right.
All right, Fester, I think you sold 4 RVs.
All right, crash them now. Just crash them. I told you. This game wasn't going to last
long. Oh, my God.
Yeah, well.
I shot low. With 4, I shot low.
So here's the deal. You can write up and move customers to the next step as many as you want.
Jeez.
I put 6 people into finance. However, 2 of them fell out right away. Like the next day, they knew they weren't going to buy it.
What? Because what? They had like a 425 credit score?
These aren't easy things to buy for some people.
Right.
And a couple of people put really, really non-committal deposits I don't think are going to go through.
Here's $15 deposit.
I think I think I'm going to deliver 2.
Really?
Yeah. And they're going to be, they're going to be respectable deals for everybody. But,
geez.
I mean, you go last year.
Yeah, well, that's the question. Last year, how many did you sell?
I sold 9 last.
Oh, my God. You sold. So 9 actually closed?
Went home.
Son of a bit. Really?
I usually don't put deals.
You sold 9 RVs last year, and you've got. Are you confident on the 2 deals that are going to.
Yeah.
So those are going to. And how much were those?
One was like 160 $75.
All right, so one was a $175,000 deal, and what was the second one?
The other guy was a grinder.
What is a grind? Oh, trying to grind you down on price?
He was a meh, 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 meh. That was the only sound he made the whole time.
Really?
Yeah.
Meh.
So this is the right.
All right, so how much was that sale?
This is the right RV for you, right?
Yeah.
Meh, meh. You like it? Meh, meh. And the wife's like, I love it, and then he's like, meh. Take it. What do you think of the color? Meh, meh,
oh, that was they were playing good cop, bad cop.
Yeah.
They were playing the buyer, no buyer game.
I mean, honey, if you don't want it, I guess we could wait. Meh, 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 meh. What? It's $140,000. Oh, I wanted to pay $120. $120? Where do we get $120? Went back and forth. He stole it. All
right, of your group, who sold the most? How much? What? How many did they sell?
I think that somebody might have been pushing double digits.
Are you serious?
A couple of segments did really well. I usually sell
God.
Class C's or vans or the B vans. I usually do really, really well in them. But a couple of other categories did pretty good too.
All right, so how are when you look at the economy, and a lot of folks I know in business are saying things are really slowing down out there, that the economy is not as good as folks want to make it seem it is. The real world is the economy's not doing very well right now. How did the whole company, or how did the show do overall? Was the show down, flat, or up from last year?
Yeah. One thing I have to say about General RV is they don't have down shows. They put deals together.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So you it's just what, roll of the dice for you, and the customers that you dealt with, it just kind of sucked for you?
I mean, you're hustling, you're working, you're getting them, you're doing what you can. There are some folks who put no deals on paper. There's some people that aren't going to deliver any. I mean, that's the way it goes.
All right, so you got 2 deals, and you did 9 last year. You were 7 higher last year.
I wrote 6, but 2 of them are actually going to get delivered.
You wrote 6 deals, and so 4 are going to fall apart.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Just fall apart in the box.
That sucks. All right, listen, I was hoping for you, man. I want you to score. All right, so if anyone wants to buy a charity RV from Fester right now, if anyone wants to help Fester,
I don't sell charity RVs.
I'm talking about you being a charity case.
I had a guy call me. I'll buy one from you. What do you got for $2,000?
God.
Save your time, pal. I appreciate it.
If you want to buy an RV and help Fester's numbers increase because he had a lousy show up in Hershey, Pennsylvania, call Fester on his cell phone and buy an RV. Buy a $300,000 RV from Fester today.
Yeah, that's charity, all right.
813-310-8444. That's Fester's cell number. 813-310-8444. That's his private cell. You can reach out to him for anything. 813-310-8444. In fact, why don't you just send Fester a text right now and just offer up some sympathy?
Nah, keep the sympathy.
Offer up some sympathy.
Dems are the breaks. No big deal.
Text Fester if you want to buy an RV right now. 813-310-8444. All right, I got a great pile of early morons in the news. We'll get to that next here on the MJ Morning Show. Oh, my. And here we go, 6:43 at the MJ Morning Show. MJ and Fester. Roxanne is on some cruise. I guess that leaves this morning, I would imagine, right?
I think so.
Yeah, she's on a Disney cruise, which does not put her out of the port of Tampa. It puts her out of Cape Canaveral or the over there, right?
Yeah, I think Disney goes out of the Orlando port, which is Cape Canaveral.
Yeah, there's no port in Orlando because Orlando's in the middle of a freaking state. But
there's a creek.
What?
There's a creek.
There's a creek that goes there. All right, early morons in the news, man. Ooh, look at this wacko. Elderly sextortionist.
Ooh.
Yeah. We all know what a sextortionist is. Somebody that extorts, with like a sexual theme, or there's all kinds of sextortion that goes on.
Like somebody that gets you to send them dirty pictures or something?
Yeah, that's another example of sextortion. A geriatric female, and man, this is just a geriatric sextortionist, and then it gets narrowed down even more, which you just don't hear this. A female geriatric sextortionist solicited a Minnesota teen for nudes and then shook the teen boy down for cash. Wow. And authorities think that he was not the first, that there's a whole bunch of other victims out there. Stephanie Godby, 70 years old, a 70-year-old female is shaking down teen boys for money with a sextortion scheme.
Stephanie Godby. How old is she?
That wasn't very godly of Godby, was it?
Not at all.
70. Of Tennessee. Allegedly made contact with a 17-year-old boy, also in Tennessee.
So when I say 70, I mean 70's elderly, yes, but when you say an elderly woman, I was thinking that she was like 99.
Yeah.
Send me a picture of your wanker.
Made contact with the 17-year-old kid, convinced him to send nude photos of himself, and then threatened to forward the X-rated shots to all of his contacts, friends, family, if he didn't send over $2,000 in Venmo payments to her account. What the heck?
So did he do it, or did he call police?
This is nuts. All right, did I get the geography right? So the teen is from Minnesota. She is from Tennessee. Hopefully I made that crystal clear. What the hell? You just don't think of a 70-year-old female in the game of trying to extort cash out of a teen, and nude pictures and the internet involved. I mean, it's like these are all things you just don't really put together as a possibility.
How does the old lady think this is a good idea? She's at the beauty salon getting her hair done.
Wow.
I'm going to start soliciting images of little boys' peepees.
Local law enforcement were tipped off about the scam.
Tipped off.
I guess. All right, Fester, come on.
And
we're not talking about little boys. The kid was 17 still. I mean, at 17, you should know, listen, you got the 70-year-old woman playing the part of like a teen girl and, sending phony pictures to the 17-year-old young man, thinking that he's talking to some, a teenage female hottie, around his age. And it's some 70-year-old woman trying to rip the kid off. Yeah, so the suspect apparently has had others that she's preyed on. There are similar payments authorities discovered in this Stephanie Godby's Venmo account. So, they're surmising, similar amounts, large amounts of money coming in on Venmo, that there are, other victims out there. That's unbelievable.
All right.
Yeah, Minnesota victim is now 19. So the bust, I guess, just happened. But she's been doing this for years. And there are other victims, and there are victims apparently that were more recent. But the Minnesota victim, who was 17, is now 19. Initially sent a payment of $1,700 to Godby's Venmo account in exchange for keeping the photos to herself. But then the demands for cash kept coming. So you send $1,700, and then it's like, oh, no, that's not enough. You gotta, what? You just can't trust an extortionist.
Where's the trust?
You think that the whole thing is over, it's done, you make the first payment. You just can't trust an extortionist.
Never over.
Where is the extortionist code of ethics? Come on. The ground rules. Come on. Anyway, he ended up sending another $500. So the total was $2,204.54. Now I don't know where the $4.54 came in over the 2,200.
I mean, they have some fees with Venmo. Maybe they took a little piece out of it.
So 1,700 originally, and then total of $2,204.54. Wow. And then authorities have linked Godby's birth date, social security number, phone number, address to her Venmo account. That's how they busted her. This is what's interesting. They're still trying to hunt her down. So they know exactly who she is, and apparently she's on the run. They're trying to physically locate Stephanie Godley.
Old lady on the run with a car full of cash.
She's in the Tennessee hills. She's up there in the holler. Or is that more like Kentucky, the holler?
I mean, I guess holler is really, it could be both states.
Yeah, I guess so.
Both states sound hollery.
I mean, how's that for a sicko? Oh, Fester, I thought of you when I saw this because you're a Waffle House fan.
Oh, I thought it was more sextortion than you thought of me.
Well, listen, last week we had details that the Waffle House CEO passed away at like 58 years old.
Yeah.
Young dude. And then news just broke a little while ago that Tito Jackson's passed away.
And he loved the Waffle House.
Oh, Tito Jackson was, he was a spokesman for the Waffle House back in the mid-'80s.
Hi, this is Tito Jackson.
For the Waffle House, exactly.
You want a delicious breakfast?
Yeah. So I wonder who's going to run the vodka company now that Tito Jackson is checked out.
Yeah.
Now, seriously, breaking news. Andrew informed me the news broke overnight. Andrew, how old was Tito Jackson? Like 70-something?
He was 70.
Oh, same age as the sextortionist. Wow.
She could be dead.
I think she's still alive. She's on the run. No, but Tito Jackson, one of Michael Jackson's brothers, apparently, we'll get into this later on, but was driving a car, had a heart attack while driving.
Oh, no.
Yeah, Tito Jackson dead at 70. All right, so listen to this. Let me quickly run through this. A Waffle House customer was pissed off, totally agitated because he was waiting on his food at the Waffle House, shot one of the employees up at a North Carolina Waffle House. Just a little bit of everything happens at the Waffle House, doesn't it?
Boy, if you really want to learn about life and humanity, you go to a Waffle House.
At 2 a.m. on a, Friday, Saturday?
I went to the one in Pinellas Park.
Yep. Happened 12:40 a.m. Friday the 13th.
See?
Waffle House near I-74 and US 15, about 100 miles southwest from Raleigh. Gunman's at large, and they haven't identified the gunman. Investigators say 18-year-old Burley Dawson Locklear was shot as he was working inside the restaurant. He was pronounced dead after being taken to a hospital locally. What the hell? The guy waiting for his order at Waffle House thought it was taking too long and shot the Waffle House employee who did not survive?
Oh, no. That's awful.
My God. The suspect came to the business, ordered food. While the food was being prepared, the suspect became agitated and verbally abusive toward employees. Once the food was provided, the suspect walked toward a vehicle, turned, and fired 2 shots in the direction of the business, striking Locklear. Man drove off, described as a dark gray, older model Chevy. That is unbelievable. What the hell? What a senseless crime.
In a pinch, if there's a gunshot wound, you can use hash browns.
To plug it up?
Yeah, just act as a temporary gauze.
Yeah, I think they do that at the Tampa General Emergency Room.
That's
a level 1 trauma center trick.
Hash browns.
Plug a bullet hole with hash browns. All right, 6:53 at the MJ Morning Show. Man, the world is crazy. World is absolutely nuts. Hey, the famous 7 o'clock hour starts next. Hey, great story. That 810 Mega Millions jackpot, which I was going to buy tickets last week and I never did. Folks, guess what? There's a great story to the latest single winner, $810 million. This might give you hope, folks. Well, it shouldn't because the odds suck. But, hey, this might give you hope. And we'll get to that next. And don't forget, the Cash Kitty is up in about an hour and change. Yeah, 8 o'clock, the Cash Kitty makes its triumphant return, and you're shot to win $1,000. Cash Kitty is on the way here on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. Stand by. Hey, Mike. The MJ. It is 7:02, and this is it. The famous 7 o'clock hour begins, which includes the start of our 1 hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ. That's going to happen in about 15 minutes or so. Right around 7:25, we launch every day 1 hour, 20 minutes of nonstop MJ. Hey, Fester, keep the dream alive. What was that song? Keeping the dream alive.
Wasn't that a speech? I didn't think it was a song.
No.
I have a dream.
It was a German band called Freiheit, Keeping the Dream Alive. They used that early on American Idol, like in the first seasons of American Idol. Keeping the dream alive. It's a kind of a catchy little thing.
What about it?
All right. Quick pick, baby. One quick pick ticket at a gas station in Texas won that $810 million jackpot last Tuesday.
That's how it goes, man.
Oh, my God. $810 million. One quick pick. Of course, here in Florida, we play both of the big lotteries. You know, we've got Powerball, we've got Mega Millions, and that Mega Millions went unwon for a long time, for months. And finally, somebody nailed it. One winner. One quick pick game, apparently $810 million. You got to be kidding. And that's always interesting to me. Was it somebody for years and years playing the same damn numbers over and over and over again? Or was it a quick pick? Turns out 1, 2, 16, 24, 66. And the Mega Millions ball was a 6. That was a quick pick. And I look at it, 1 and 24. Those are I'm a January 24th birthday.
Oh.
So the 1 and the 24, if I were playing birthdays, I would have 1 and 24.
You'd have 2.
Michelle's birthday is the 16th.
Oh, okay.
Because Michelle's birthday is today. Michelle, if you're listening right now, happy birthday. If you're not, I'm going to wait a little bit before I call you. Let you sleep a little bit longer on your birthday.
Yeah.
But yeah, today is Michelle's birthday, September 16th. So happy birthday to my lovely wife. How about that? 810, and the store that sold it, it was a Murphy oil gas station. They get $1 million. That varies. Some states get hosed.
Yeah.
Some states get like, oh, you just sold a $1 billion ticket. Here's $25,000.
Hey, those are the rules,
Yeah.
but they get $1 million in Texas.
Yeah, it varies per state. But Texas, the retailer that sold the biggie gets $1 million.
Anybody who would have picked their own numbers would never have picked 1 and then 2.
Yeah, by the way, it's kind of interesting how the store found out. It was late at night. And I guess it was Tuesday night. And I don't think they're open 24 hours, but they're open very late. We had one of our closers get a call, meaning one of the crew that closes the store for the night. One of their closers got a call, according to the Murphy USA district manager. Yeah, we started reading articles online that it was our store. It's the craziest thing. So the Mega Millions lottery called the store late, because the drawing is what? It's 11 p.m. or 10:59, right, Eastern time.
So in Texas,
It's an hour earlier, so the drawing, their time was like 10 p.m. instead of our 11 p.m.
so if they close at 11 or
Yeah.
at midnight, they know already where it was drawn.
Yeah, I think I'm right on the timing, because don't they do the drawings? I know that
Sure.
Powerball's 11 p.m., right? So, they get a call. Hey, we're calling for Mega Millions. Your store just sold the winning ticket. One quick pick, $810 million. Unbelievable. Hey, we've got a follow-up. Oh, you weren't here. Were you here when we talked about the maniac that had his pickup truck?
Oh, the maniac with the truck.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, this was before you left, right?
No, I don't know what you're talking about. I have no idea. I'm just playing you.
Oh, jeez. Thanks for screwing around with me.
Yeah, I don't know. What happened to the maniac with the truck?
Yeah, we have an update. Man, this was insane. The video is nuts. This guy gets his pickup truck hooked up by like a Repo tow truck guy.
Right?
Then the guy who was having his truck repoed gets into an actual physical fight and starts like pushing and punching the tow truck driver, able to thwart the tow. The guy who was having his vehicle towed gets into the tow truck and drives away with his car hooked up to the tow truck, steals the tow truck.
Oh, man.
And the tow truck is not like fully attached, or the other vehicle, the man's vehicle is not fully attached. The guy pulls off, leaving the tow truck driver in the street, pulls off with the tow truck and his truck partially attached, and it's like falling off the back hook. It's not a flatbed. It's one of the hook 'em up, old school, old style tow trucks. And the guy is pulling down a street up in New York and is smashing into cars. The door of the guy's pickup truck was open. The door hits the first vehicle parked on the side of the road, and it snaps the door back, and it's just smashing cars all along the way. You got to hear the audio here. Listen to this.
I'm warning
I mean, you hear this?
stole my truck. That's crazy. Call the police, man.
You can hear someone's car alarms going off. The guy literally drives down the street with his, is that a Ford F-150?
It looks like the new Ford F-150.
Yeah, he's got like a black F-150, and it's just nailing all. It's like a street in Brooklyn. Imagine all the cars parked along the street, and the guy drives off with the tow truck driver's tow truck, and his new Ford F-150 is like dangling off the back. It wasn't fully hooked, and the thing's just crashing into every single car along the side of the street. Just ba-doom, 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 ba-doom.
That's awful.
Oh, my. Anyway, they finally busted the guy.
Yeah, they just follow the auto parts that fell off the truck to his location.
Suspect has been arrested over the viral tow truck video. The enraged driver stealing the tow truck that was about to haul off his pickup and then crashing into a whole bunch of cars. Yeah. And by the way, his dad was defending him, saying that he was convinced he was getting robbed. He thought he was getting ripped off. He thought that a car thief was stealing his truck.
Yeah.
No. Russell Leosa, 55, was hit with a whole bunch of charges, including robbery, grand theft auto, reckless endangerment, leaving the scene of an accident, 11 counts of property damage. He smashed into 11 parked cars. Oh, my God. I mean, total mayhem. This happened in the Sunset Park area of Brooklyn. Some good pizza shops, by the way.
Oh, good pizza in Brooklyn, you say?
Well, specifically in Sunset Park, I've got a list of a couple of places.
How terrible would it have been if he'd have driven the tow truck into one of the pizza places?
Oh, my God. The video captured the moment the driver exploded at the repo dude as the tow truck driver was about to drive off with his black pickup truck.
So there are a bunch of YouTubers and social media people who have hook and book channels.
Oh, yeah. That's what it's called. Hook and book. I've heard that before.
You hook it up and you take off.
Or tow and go.
Tow and go, hook and book is all.
So, what happens when you are late on your payments, when you're months in arrears on your lease payment, or if you did one of those buy here, pay here deals, man, those repo guys, you've seen those tow trucks.
Yeah.
The repo tow trucks, they're like those nondescript. A lot of times they have no writing on the side. They're like those stealth, like black tow trucks. And the old school with the hook on the back.
The hydraulic arm.
Yeah. And they'll like those repo guys, man, they can get into a driveway, hook up a vehicle like in 12 seconds, and boom, gone. 3 o'clock in the morning, you're late on your car payments. Boom, repo.
I saw a video where a guy was at a gas station filling up, and he just went to stretch. Like, he had, take 5 steps from his car. The guy slips in, locks it, goes.
Some of those repo guys, man, they are such pros. They can back up, hook you up, and they're gone with your vehicle in You know what? Any repo guys listening right now?
I hope so.
Listen, let's open up the repo line. If you could stay completely anonymous. Are you a repo tow truck guy listening to us right now? 800-990-1047. Just out of curiosity. If you're a repo tow truck guy and you start hitting the road at 11 o'clock at night and you do most of your work 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, if you're one of those middle of the night repo guys and you're just finishing up, getting ready to go home, go to bed, call us. I want to talk to a repo tow guy right now. Or maybe you used to do the gig.
Yeah.
You might be active duty right now, or maybe you're a former repo tow guy. Man, some of the stories, folks coming out with guns and firing shots at them in the middle of the night because their vehicle's getting towed out of the. Well, make your payments.
That is the other option, yes.
All right, 800-990-1047. If you're a repo tow guy, listen, I don't know if anyone's listening. I gotta hit it perfectly that a repo tow guy's listening to us right now.
I mean, you could be in the middle of a repo. Yeah. This is prime repo time.
No. The repos, they've already got done. Yeah, it's 7:13 now. And that's too late.
You're dropping them off at the yard right about now.
Oh, you could be doing that. Yeah, but you're not yanking cars out of driveways. Yeah, it's dark out when they do a lot of those repos. All right, 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. Yeah, the guy was yelling, dude, put my effing truck down now. I'm warning you. The suspect later identified as this Leosa guy. I'm warning you, mother bleeper. Get the bleep away from my truck. He's yelling. Then he jumps into the tow truck and then barrels down the street, smashing all these other vehicles. Slams into numerous parked cars before the pickup truck tips over, tumbling onto the street. This guy. So this guy.
What a mess.
He wrecked his own pickup truck that was getting repoed. He's smashing vehicles all the way down the street. La Rosa's father defended him, saying that his son thought that he was a robbery victim.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, he said the tow truck was unmarked. Yeah, that's what they do. The repo tow trucks are totally unmarked. If you're on the road and you're on the interstate and you see one of those old school tow trucks and there's no markings on it, middle of the night repo guy.
That's right. Low profile.
Yep. Yeah, that's it. Wow. That's just absolutely insane. Wow. All right. When we get back, we start an hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ. Yeah. Phones rang. People thought it was a contest or something. I'm looking for a tow repo guy, and the phones light up, and it's people thinking I'm giving something away. No, I'm looking for a repo guy with a tow truck. I'm giving away anything right now.
They wanted the money to prevent a repo.
Hey, listen, I got the Cash Kitty coming up in 45 minutes. 8 o'clock, the Cash Kitty's back here on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. We start an hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ next. Oh, my God, do we have a lot of stuff coming up. All right, first of all, I have a follow-up. Do you remember the pizza shop over in Fort Lauderdale and the hysterical reviews?
It was all the online comments. He would reply back to the haters.
I went back because I was there a couple of weekends ago, and I went back to look at the reviews again. Hysterical. Oh, and a friend of ours was an attempted scam victim of the new sextortion scam. Speaking of sextortion, where they're now sending people a picture of their house from Google Street View. I have in the actual email. You got to hear this. This is a must hear. Also, a bunch of local school problems. What the heck is... I've got a pile of local school stories that you got to hear. What a bunch of imbeciles out there. All right, hold on. 7:16 at the MJ Morning Show. We go an hour and 20 minutes nonstop MJ next. And we are packed. Got to call Michelle on her birthday. Got to follow up with Chloe and the Cake Girl on Jason Momoa at Lucan's Liquors on Saturday, which was an absolute smash. It was a total hit. Man, we're loaded next. Don't move. And let me tell you about... Man, that is weird. Welcome back, everybody. It is the MJ Morning Show. MJ and Fester. Roxanne is leaving on some kind of a Disney cruise in the middle of September. I found out they did get a good rate because, you know, when the kids are all back in school and you got to yank your kids out of school for a week to go on a Disney cruise, the rates are better.
I mean, yeah, you got to figure they have to fill that boat up even if school's in session.
All right, here's the deal. We just started an hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ. And, you know, I never short shrift you. You always get more. You never get less. You never get just an hour and 20 minutes. You always get more than an hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ. We got a lot of ground to cover. A lot of crazy, like, local school stories today I want to get to in just a minute. In fact, a lot of creepy local items today. Yeah, now, you know, beside the intersection takeovers with the nut jobs lighting fires and doing burnouts in the middle of intersections, now we got to worry about bike riders, marauding bike rider gang. Or, you know, I'm not talking about like motorcycle. I'm talking about regular bikes,
like pedal bikes,
like a Schwinn.
Hold on, are you talking? You talking about like people like Tour de France?
Yeah. Well, no.
Those kind of bike riders with those really tight shorts and that stupid helmet?
No, I'm not talking about who's the guy was doping himself up good.
Lance
Armstrong.
Yes.
Yeah. No, not those kind of bikes. All right, hold on. I'll get to that in a minute. All right, first of all, Michelle's birthday is today, so we'll call her up during this segment. Fester was just telling me something during the break. That is insane. I have never heard that announcement on an airplane.
Neither have we.
Yeah, our flights, Michelle and I, for her birthday weekend, because Michelle's birthday is today, Michelle and I took a nice, memory lane stroll down the roads of Virginia Beach. Yeah, Michelle and I, and we were off on Friday. We did a best of on Friday. I wanted to make it a nice, special, long weekend for Michelle. And, we've got some favorite places. There was some great barbecue. We had 2 great barbecue stops in Virginia Beach. Pungo Boys Barbecue and Dave's Barbecue at Virginia Beach. Oh, good stuff.
Okay.
Taste unlimited sandwiches. We just had a good time. Michelle graduated from Kellam High School. I went to Cox High School. And, we met in Virginia Beach. It was just a nice weekend. Took her up for her birthday weekend, and she just loved, her grandparents are buried there, so we visited the grave sites. So it was just a nice week. We went to Williamsburg and strolled around on Friday in Williamsburg. So it was very nice. But and our flights were uneventful. Everything,
Yes.
We had a tight connection both ways, but we made both flights. Not my first choice. American Airlines is not typically my first choice. And I'm just trying to burn up a whole bunch of mileage. I used mileage. I didn't pay anything. Yeah, so the airfare was all mileage going up and back. But we had to go through Charlotte, and I hate going through Charlotte Douglas Airport. And you did the same thing coming back.
Right, I was in Charlotte Airport yesterday as well.
My flight's uneventful. There were no misbehaved individuals. Nobody was, yanked off the plane by security or airport police or an air marshal. We had all well-behaved passengers. Now, so did you, but Fester was just telling me during the break there was like a weird announcement that was made on his flight, and this was coming back last night?
Yeah, so it's really late. Everybody's tired. It's the Charlotte to Tampa connection.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's on the plane. We're in the seats. The door has not yet closed to the plane. And the flight attendant comes on, gives a couple of instructions, and then says, if for any reason you feel you cannot complete the trip to Tampa on this plane, now is the time to tell one of us and disembark now.
Did they have like an inkling? Did they look at the passengers as they boarded and thought that there might be some trouble? Or was someone behaving badly in the gate area and the gate agent informed the flight crew, yeah, I'm a little sus on this particular individual?
She might have been speaking to one person, but I'm sitting in a row and the plane was packed.
Oh, that's weird. So if you don't think you can complete the flight to Tampa tonight, please let us know. So this was the Charlotte to Tampa leg.
Right, and it wasn't a friendly message. It was like kind of a more stern.
Terse?
Well, no real emotion.
Go ahead and reenact it. Give me the exact demeanor. So they come on, they make an announcement.
Hey, y'all, welcome to Charlotte Airport. We're going to be flying into T-Town pretty soon, so buckle up,
hold
suckers.
Flying into T-Town?
That's what they call it.
I've never heard this. I've been here for 30-plus years, and I've never heard it called
How
T-Town.
come it's not called T-Town?
No one calls Tampa.
We should.
No one calls it T-Town.
We should start a fad.
No,
do it.
No, that sucks.
Yes.
No, that sucks.
What sucks is the big guava. That sucks. T-Town is awesome.
T-Town blows.
All right, everybody, buckle up, Buttercup. We're going to leave this.
All right, so just do it normally again.
All right. All right, Buttercup.
All right, we stop. Come on, do it normally.
All right, so she says, at this time, your tray table should be in the locked position.
Right.
Your seat should be up. All things should be stowed away. We're going to be departing shortly. The door is not yet closed to the plane. However, and then she kind of paused, and then she says in a very stern voice, for any reason you feel that you cannot complete the trip to T-Town, to Tampa.
Stop.
To Tampa. I'm sorry.
I'm going to
Okay,
hit
fine.
you if you say T-Town
We
again.
really should start that. It's a
No,
different.
we should not start that.
We should. That's good.
We're not starting T-Town. It sucks. That's weird. There must have been. I've never heard that announcement.
And I can hear other people in rows behind me kind of chuckling.
I've heard the announcement that you're required to comply with all instructions of the flight crew, but I've never heard if you don't think you can complete. What was the language again?
If you don't feel that you can complete the journey to Tampa, please tell one of your flight attendants right now, and you can disembark the plane.
And what would give the flight crew any indication, inkling that they needed to make that announcement? What if that was just like a rogue one-off or flight attendant message that they deliver on all of their flights.
They don't really go rogue. I mean, maybe like Tiffany Gomez was on our plane or something. That woman who freaked out last year about those bleepers not being real.
Those bleepers are not real.
Yeah. They must have known something was going down.
Yeah.
Somebody wasn't in the right frame of mind to where they just kind of gave a get off now. But nothing happened. Nobody got up. Nobody's like, me, I can't do it. I'm sorry. I'm out of here. And we took off and we landed with no issues, but they must have known somebody was on the bubble.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah.
That is really, never heard that before. But why didn't you ask?
You know what? I mean, by the time.
I'm telling you, I'm getting the off, and there's a reason why I'm getting the off, and everyone can either believe it or they cannot believe it. I don't give two but I am telling you right now, that back there is not real.
There we go.
So I meant to. It was on my mind to ask, but then when we're leaving the plane,
Dude, come on. That's content,
Here's
man.
why.
Well, you should have asked the flight attendant, hey, that announcement you made earlier about if you can't complete the flight, please get off the plane now. What prompted that? Dude, you needed to ask why.
when I was walking off the plane, I got mesmerized by that one flight attendant who kind of props herself up in the seat, who kind of says goodbye to you. And she said the same goodbye to everybody. She said, bye now, to like everybody.
Bye now.
So I'm seeing
Bye
this,
now.
and she's like,
Bye now.
Bye
Bye
now.
now.
And
Bye now.
so I get up there, and I beat her to the bye now.
Sounds like a discount store.
Bye now.
I'm going to shop at Buy Now.
Not
Yeah.
bye now. Bye now.
Buy Now.
Bye
So
now.
the sign says Buy Now.
Bye now.
Buy Now.
Home of deep discounts.
Yeah. You know what? With Big Lots going out of business, there might be an opening for Buy Now.
All right. Let's
What do you
get the
think?
equity group
All
together.
right, moving along here on the MJ. That's weird, though. You should have asked. I would have liked to have known. All right, a couple of local items here. First of all, did you see the University of Tampa story? They don't want to be known as UT anymore.
University of T-Town.
Stop it.
I'm telling you, it's a thing.
The University of Tampa is rebranding.
The T-Town Spartans.
Listen, they don't want to be known as UT because there are too many UTs out there, like University of Texas, for instance, and University of Toledo,
Texas, Tennessee.
Yeah, Tulsa, University of Tulsa. You got all these UTs out there.
Let's not forget UTIs.
Well, that's, dude, you just stole my freaking joke.
oh, come on. It's a UT joke. I mean, that's not the
Yeah.
highest level joke.
Yeah, you do. Anyway.
That's a conversation
So-
joke, not a punchline joke.
So they want to be known as U Tampa now. So they want to brand the T as Tampa. So this is according to the University of Tampa president, Teresa Abi Nadler Dahlberg. How many freaking names does she have?
Oh, yes. President Abi Nabler Double. She's doing a great job at University of T-Town.
Yeah. So it's now going to be known as U Tampa, not UT. I really prefer UTI, University of Tampa Institute. Yeah, that's I prefer UTI. You know, nothing like a good UTI. That's nothing like a good burning education at UTI.
I know a couple of students that got a UTI while they were at UT, if you know what I mean.
All right. Now, the bicycle takeover. So we've had a rash of the intersection takeovers, and there have been a number of arrests. You know, last week there were another batch of stories with these. You had a big bust out in Riverview. You had another bust right near the convention center in downtown Tampa, where these groups of people, they're all coordinating on social media or however they're doing it, and they're meeting for these intersection takeovers where the cars are doing the circular burnouts, and they're lighting fires sometimes in the middle of the intersection. Everyone's got their phone out. They're all recording it for their social media accounts. Oh, going to put this on TikTok. Going to put this on Instagram. And just idiots. And, with Florida law now, even the spectators can be charged. So if you're a spectator at one of these intersection takeovers where the folks are doing burnouts around a campfire or a bonfire in the middle of the intersection, leaving the circular tire marks burned into the road, you as a spectator can be busted now. You can be charged. Also, they can confiscate the cars now, and you'll never see your freaking car again. So we've had that problem, and there were 2 in the last week or so locally, and now Tampa police talking about this like roaming group of bicyclists, not motorcycles, but TPD are now trying to warn these bicycle takeovers. And you know what? And are you choking to death? What is going on with you? Are you all right?
All right, so I'm not all right.
What's going on with you?
During the commercial break, I visited Judy's desk, and Judy had Snickers bars.
Oh, my God. You're choking on mini fun-size Snickers.
There's nothing fun about the fun size.
Fester's choking on mini. Dude, you got to chew those. You don't swallow them whole like a pill.
I chewed them, but I got a nut.
It's going to be funeral size. It's not going to be fun size. It's going to be funeral size because Fester's choking to death on. Dude,
have you ever like had a Snickers bar and you had like one of the peanuts tickle the punching bag?
Yeah.
That's what I'm dealing with.
Yes.
Apologies to all.
All right, man, you're about to like keel over here.
Well, I mean, I got
trying to do a show and you're choking to death.
You can't exactly scratch the punching bag
on a funeral size Snickers bar. Anyway, where was it? So TPD responded to a call on Davis Islands, and this was over the weekend. Reports were coming in via 911 about a big group of bicycles that were causing a disturbance on Davis Islands. You had 3 of the cyclists that were taken into custody by Tampa police, and apparently they damaged property.
Oh, no.
They purposefully damaged property on Davis Islands.
What hoodlums?
They will literally stop in the middle of the road, 100 of them, and not let vehicles by. They'll block the road so cars can't get by. They're doing wheelies. They're riding in circles. They block traffic. That's what one neighbor told Channel 8. I saw the news clip on that. It's almost like they're trying to incite somebody to do something to them. It's crazy.
Yeah, somebody will do something to them.
With some of the protests that we've had, around the country, you've seen like the protesters that'll block a bridge and they'll tie up traffic for. Weren't there a bunch of protesters with the whole Israeli Palestinians? Didn't a bunch of Palestinian protesters? Didn't they like block like the Golden Gate Bridge? And didn't they like chain themselves to like bricks of concrete? I mean, if I were a motorist, what do you do? You got to get to the airport, you got to get to work, and you got these protesters.
I would make a case for being in fear for my life, and I had to flee.
Exactly, and just run them over.
Take me to court on that one. I ran over protesters because I was in fear for my family's life.
Oh, my God.
Bunch of people blocking the intersection. I don't know what's going down. I'm getting the bleep out of there.
All right, so these bicycles, listen, I don't condone running over protesters, but listen, if you're
I'm neutral on it. I don't condone it, but I don't not condone it.
If, you know what, I hate Illinois Nazis. For instance, if the Nazis in Illinois were protesting and they were blocking the road, and I happened to be driving a 1974 Dodge Monaco, cop shocks, cop motor, cop engine. It's a model before catalytic converters, so it runs good on regular gas. I might just have to say, I hate Illinois Nazis, and floor that sucker, and calls the Nazis to jump off a bridge, into the water. Blues Brothers, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. All right, so you got the bike takeovers. I've seen this before. This happens like in Manhattan. Up in New York, this happens where you'll see like 100 bicyclists, and sometimes they're on ATVs or on mini bikes, not really full motorcycles, but mini bikes or ATVs. I've seen that as well. But in New York, in Manhattan, this has happened before, where you'll have a whole bunch of, it's mostly like teens, mid to late teens, maybe early 20s, and they do the street takeovers. And it sounds like that's exactly what happened in South Tampa on Davis Islands over the weekend. And you know what happens? They'll like rip necklaces off of like people on the street.
But old ladies walking their dog, they'll take their necklace.
The bike riders will like ride on the sidewalk and rip jewelry off. I mean, I've seen like over 100 bicyclists doing these like marauding, like kind of a rolling bike gang on regular pedal bikes. And now what I've seen in New York multiple times over the years now has come to Tampa. And there's video. There's video of them. They're jumping on cars. They're doing all kinds of, crap. They're damaging lawns. They're damaging property.
They're also getting in their exercise, doing some cardio.
We stop it.
Some positives here.
No, there's no positive.
They're out there being fit. They're not inside playing video games.
Hopefully, TPD. Here's another eyewitness. My car was parked on the side of the street. And one of the guys popped a wheelie on my hood and then jumped off the car. Yeah, this is not just out for a nice bike ride. They are breaking all kinds of laws. They're threatening. They're menacing.
So what are they going to do? What's Tampa Police going to do?
Police said anyone that happens to come across the bike gangs on regular pedal bikes should call their non-emergency line at 813-231-6130. Or if it's an imminent situation, if there's imminent danger, then you should call 911. Hang on. Andrew wants me to take line 5. Hi, Kurt. Kurt in Tampa, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi, Kurt.
Hey there, what's going on? I live on Harbor Island since 2019, and so I'm on the Tampa Riverwalk a lot, walking my dog, walking with my wife, and all that.
Yep.
And there are groups of 1 to 200, I'd say, like as you said, teens, 20s, even guys in their 30s and 40s. It seems as if they also just kind of organize online. They all get together, and they just basically act like a herd or a stampede. They'll go from Armature Works all the way to Sparkman Wharf on the Riverwalk back and forth. They'll go on roads like the 2 bridges going on and off Harbor Island. They'll take over both lanes, north and southbound, just to kind of play chicken with the cars.
Yep.
And the story that you're talking about, I don't know if you've gotten to the specifics, was they were doing kind of playing chicken with these vehicles, and this one car wasn't going to play that game, and one of the bicyclists took his hand and just punched the rearview mirror off the car. The car was an unmarked TPD officer, so he did a U-turn. He went right after him. The guys on their bikes were circling the officer like sharks, and the officer arrested one, and all the other guys kind of started to close in like hyenas.
Yep.
Therefore, he called backup, and then everybody else came, and they all scattered.
Well, when was this? When did you see that particular activity?
I didn't see it, but my wife's on that Moms of South Tampa, and she had someone who had direct eyewitness account of everything that happened on the bridge from Bayshore to Davis Island.
All right, so what your wife read on the Moms of South Tampa, was that the incident that happened over the weekend or previously?
I think it was about a week ago.
Okay, so we had an incident this past weekend with the bikes, and then apparently this has happened multiple times.
And I'll tell you one thing. I did see firsthand account. When I was walking on the Tampa Riverwalk right across the water from University of Tampa, UTampa, I guess now they want to call it.
Yeah, UTampa.
Yeah, well, there was a guy that had to be the size of the mountain from Game of Thrones sitting on a bench with his wife.
Right.
And there was a group of middle schoolers that were just riding their bikes. And this big, huge guy was just sitting on the bench. And these bicyclists crashed right into him. He picked up the kid's bike, threw it in the river, looked at him and said, "Go get it."
Oh, wow. Wow.
And nobody was going to mess with this guy. This guy was enormous. For some middle schoolers that were trying to act intimidating, there was nothing to intimidate about.
Yeah, but those are middle schoolers. The marauding gang of...
Oh, I've seen, yeah.
Yeah, those
I've
are...
seen the middle-aged guys. Correct. I've seen the college-age 20-somethings, 30-somethings out there, too.
But the latest...
And they're huge.
Yeah, the latest over the weekend on Davis Islands was like apparently over 100 bikes, and this is organized, and they're trying to intimidate and wreak havoc. That's what they're doing here.
Yeah,
It's not like
they play chicken. They play chicken with pedestrians on the sidewalks in the Tampa Riverwalk. They'll play chicken with vehicles going in oncoming traffic on the roads. And it is hard to call the cops because as soon as you call them, they're gone.
Yeah. They need to shut this down. So I have confidence, TPD, local law enforcement, Hillsborough County, FHP, they had that good bust out in Riverview with the street takeover with the autos last week. Then TPD had another incident with arrests down at the convention center down in downtown Tampa. So, listen, hands seem to be full with whether it's the regular vehicles doing the burnouts in the intersection or now we have to worry about marauding bicycle thugs,
Right.
All right.
Yeah, they have nothing better to do.
All right, Kurt, thank you, buddy. Appreciate it.
Sounds like we need an undercover activity. Put some TPD officers in some hoodies and like, hey, guys, can I ride with you? And then bust them mid-ride.
There you go. Look at this. Fester law enforcement genius over here.
Huh?
Yeah. A couple of crazy school stories. I got what time? 7:47.
So last week was Newsom High School, right?
Well,
It was Newsom was locked down.
There was a threat Friday, I think. So was it Friday at Newsom?
I just saw the headline on my phone. I was busy all week.
Yeah, there was an incident, a lockdown at Newsom. But listen, I've got a variety of crazy local school stories. The first one, man, this, oof. 2 students out in Riverview stumbled upon a substitute teacher manually manipulating himself during lunch break.
Everybody gets a break, right?
What? You know what? Give me a break. Break me off a piece of that Kit Kat bar.
Oh, man.
Not manipulating my crotch, all right? This is I'm guessing this teacher's going to be off the sub list.
We're not going to need this guy anymore.
I don't think that Harvey Cole, 26 years old, is going to be on the Hillsborough County School substitute teacher call list any longer. Yeah, the sub was arrested by HCSO, Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office. 2 students saw him. Rhymes with schmasterschmating. Can you?
Mr. Cole.
2 students caught him pleasuring himself in the classroom during the lunch break. What the?
Wow.
Yeah, this happened at Bridge Prep Academy in Riverview.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm guessing that this guy might have been on public and private substitute teacher lists.
A lot of these charter schools, I guess, are kind of public, and they might share a list.
That's what I'm assuming.
Yeah.
That maybe he was, kind of bouncing around between charter, public, private, whatever. Oh man, 2 students walked in on him, reported to law enforcement. It was placed on administrative leave. Now, this happened toward the end of last school year.
Oh,
yeah.
So
Hold hang on. But the follow-up is just recent. So this happened back on May 13th. And then the school placed him on administrative leave as it was being investigated. Then it turns out last week, the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office had a warrant for his arrest where they took him into custody on lewd and lascivious exhibition charges.
This is taking a long time.
Oh, my. It did. I don't know why it took so long. Here's a quote from Sheriff Chronister. This man's actions are utterly reprehensible and a complete violation of the trust placed in educators. Teachers are entrusted with the safety and well-being of our children, and this individual has not only failed in that duty, but also engaged in behavior that is both shocking and intolerable.
Yeah.
We will not allow anyone who preys on our youth to escape justice. The investigation also continues. Listen, clearly this is going to be in the hands of Susie Lopez and the Hillsborough County State Attorney's Office. Hey, safer with Susie, man. I'm telling you right now that this dude is going to be prosecuted to the fullest extent. That is grotesque.
I'm not comfortable with the verbiage of him being in anybody's hands.
Okay.
Let's just say they'll have the case, or he'll be assigned to somebody, but I don't want anybody having anything to do with this guy and hands at all.
Oh, and then you were mentioning Newsom, and that's in my pile that Friday. there were like a whole bunch of threats. It was like 8 threats regarding Lithia's Newsom High School.
That's crazy.
On Friday. What's going on? Do you know that there were over 100 threats to Hillsborough County schools just last week alone? What the heck is going on?
I sent you the text of that letter that I got from the school board.
I read it last week.
I've never seen so many of these dumb threats, and they all pan out to be nothing, but they have to stop and take the resources to investigate each one.
Unbelievable. So the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office, last I saw, over 100 threats in just the last week, according to Sheriff Chronister. The heck is good. And then in Pinellas County, you got some jackwagon father that threatened his kid's elementary school. I mean, what is going on? You got a Clearwater man. He sent a threat to an elementary school in Tampa.
Yeah.
So wait a minute. You got a dude from Clearwater that's threatening Gorey, and Gorey is over in Hyde Park
area. Hyde Park area is known for Gorey.
Gorey's a good school. Hyde Park. A lot of Davis Islands kids, I think, go to Gorey, if I'm not mistaken.
Great.
So this Clearwater dude threatened Gorey Elementary School after his kid was suspended. Esteban Del Valle, 35. He's from Clearwater. Maybe the father and mother are not.
What's the connection to this elementary school?
His kid goes to the school.
All right.
That's the connection. His kid goes to the school. He's from Clearwater, but he threatened Gorey Elementary in Tampa. He said he was going to shoot up the school.
All right.
And then it even mentioned specific teachers in the threat.
Did he give his name and address?
Well, the witnesses that I guess got the threats, they called police right away, and they were able to figure out that it was Del Valle's phone. He was taken into custody at his home in Clearwater. Chief Lee Burkhall, who's the chief at TPD, says anyone who makes the choice to threaten a school is not only breaking the law, but they are also attempting to cause fear and disruption in our community. No student or teacher should ever feel unsafe going to school. It should be clear that this type of behavior is not tolerated in the Tampa Bay area, that law enforcement will use every available resource to investigate, apprehend, and hold offenders accountable to the fullest extent of the law. So, I'm just trying to piece the story together. His son goes to Gorey in South Tampa, but he lives in Clearwater. I'm guessing that maybe he's not, the family's split or something.
Well, they love commutes. I don't know. But, MJ, maybe they're trying to pull the kid out of school. Maybe he's not an authorized person to take the kid out of school. They have to follow their rules, and he gets a little mouthy.
Man, just crazy
stuff. Does this guy go to jail for 2 or 3 years? What really happens to him?
Well, we'll see what listen, he's going to be charged, and we'll see what prosecution will do with what charges they're going to go after. He could do a little bit of time, or, certainly, have a probation. It depends. Listen, what his lawyer, if he gets a lawyer, which he probably should, if they can put some kind of plea deal together. But that's just unacceptable behavior. That's asinine. All right, 7:55 at the MJ Morning Show. The Cash Kitty makes its return in, minutes. 8 o'clock-ish. We'll give you the special word that you need and then the text number. The Cash Kitty is back with your shot to win $1,000 in minutes here on the MJ Morning Show. Hey, again, congratulations to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. What a nice win. And, got a little squirrely toward the end. I mean, the Detroit Lions, they had the opportunity to come back. They couldn't pull it off in the final drive, but this was a nice revenge win. The Buccaneers over the Detroit Lions 20-16. And this was like a revenge game because it was the Lions that took the Bucs out of the playoffs back in January.
Yeah, the Lions are a lot of people's team to go to the Super Bowl this year.
The Lions were a total suck fest for years, and then the last couple of seasons, the Lions have, put their crap back together. And it was just a nice win for the Bucs to beat the Lions 20-16. The Bucs are now 2-0.
Good for them.
And this is after the predictors and the prognosticators said, oh, yeah, the Buccaneers are only going to win a maximum of 8 games this season. And, hey, listen, that eventually that might come to fruition. But right now, man, go Bucs. I mean, the Bucs are off to a phenomenal start with 2-0. Next week, the Broncos come to town.
Broncos are a bag of dead fish.
Yeah,
They're a really poor team.
Yeah, the Broncos, talk about a cycle. Remember, the Broncos were hot for years, and now the Broncos can't get freaking arrested. If the Broncos rented cars at Hertz at the airport and drove in circles around a bonfire in downtown Tampa, they still couldn't get arrested. All right?
Don't do a street takeover, Broncos.
So hopefully the Bucs will be 3-0 after next weekend. But the Bucs going to Detroit and whooping the Detroit Lions in their own backyard at their home, their house. What a good win! You know, I wish I had gone to the game up in Detroit.
Do you?
Well, not really to see the football, just to go get some great Detroit pizza.
How can you say Detroit? It's Detroit.
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 Whatever. And, speaking of good Detroit pizza.
Wait, Jets Pizza has good Detroit pizza. Have you ever been to Jets?
Oh, up in...
No, Jets, like, franchise locations all over the place.
No. Oh, no, look, dude.
I'm telling you.
Dude. Maybe so. I haven't been
They
there.
have good ranch dressing, too, for on top.
No, you don't put...
I love it.
My God, stop it. You're making me nauseous. No, for great Detroit pizza, you go to Nona Slice House.
That's a square pie.
Yeah, Detroit is square, and it's, caramelized, like cheese encrusted.
It's in a pan.
Have you been to Nona Slice House?
I have not.
Dude, I've become friends with Jamie. Oh, by the way, Sardo is supposed to come in this week.
Good.
So,
I was thinking about him.
Yeah, Super Sardo Pizza. I think he's going to drop by this week. For an unbelievable Detroit pizza, it's the Nona Slice House in Safety Harbor. Dude, we got to, you know what? I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. I'm gonna take you to Nona. I can't believe you haven't been.
Can you just give me $40 and I'll go by myself?
Well, they have a whole bunch of different. They've got an old world style. They have a New York style, and then they do Detroit style. And their Detroit is spot. The Detroit at Nona Slice House is better than a lot of the Detroit pizza actually in Detroit. You know, that the Detroit Square. All right, moving along here on the MJ Morning Show. You know what? We're almost at 8 o'clock.
We really are. We're very close.
You know what? I'm gonna stretch for just a second here because I want to get into two things. The whole latest internet extortion scam to try to extort money out of you, claiming that they've been spying on you on your computer. We talked about this, and the latest racket is sending a picture of somebody's house. Were you out last week when we talked about this? No, you were here when we talked about this.
It was a couple of weeks ago that we talked about it.
Maybe a month ago. We first talked about this over a month ago. One of the latest internet scam rackets is, and they're putting these things out by the hundreds, if not thousands. But they're obviously taking a little bit more time to invest in the scam because they're targeting individuals and even finding out your address, your name, and then finding your home on Google Street View and enclosing a picture of your home to try to even scare you more as they threaten you. All right, hold on. I have an actual email that was sent to a friend of ours, and they were freaking out. And, well, I'll give you the story here in just a second. First, though, the Cash Kitty is back, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, do we have the page with all of the noises? Do we have a...
Is there some kind of jingle we have to play or anything?
Look at this. Oh, yeah. Oh, my God, son of a... Oh, yeah. Yep.
Wow. It's a very aggressive cat.
Someone's going to come down here and beat me. All right. Let's go. The Cash Kitty returns right now for the foreseeable future. Every day at 8 a.m., 10 a.m., 12 noon, 3 p.m., and 5 p.m., we'll give you the keyword. You text it, and you could be the latest $1,000 winner. Here it is. Let's go. This hour's word is paycheck. This hour's word is paycheck. That's Paycheck. This hour's word is paycheck. Text that nationwide to 45911. 45911. Text that right now. Text the word paycheck to 45911 before quarter after for a shot at $1,000, or you can enter it on the Q105 app or at myQ105.com. Good luck. The Cash Kitty is back. This is number one. First chance to win $1,000 right now. Welcome back, Cash Kitty. It's great to have you back on the MJ Morning Show. There you go. I need some of that ketamine cat
right?
tranquilizer, yeah.
You know, nothing would be more effective getting rid of the rats that we have in this building than actually having a house cat. I'm just saying.
Just thought of Matthew Perry when I said ketamine.
Oh,
all right, 8:02 at the MJ Morning Show. All right, we got to talk about this latest twist, and that's a friend of ours got one of the scam emails. We talked about this, I think it's over a month ago, that the latest twist now, and this has been happening across the country, it's all over the place. Law enforcement has been warning people that if you get an email or a text and they're threatening you, that they have pictures of you, that they were able to infiltrate your computer, turn on your webcam, they've got pictures of you in compromising position, and then they enclose a photo of your house. Listen, I don't know what you're doing in front of your computer, and you might very well have done. But listen, these are scams and rackets. They don't have pictures of you in front of your computer. But the latest twist, these overseas, and it's pretty much, these boiler room scam operations overseas, whether it's in Eastern Europe, whether it's in Pakistan or wherever.
So they send an email?
Yeah, so they're sending an email out. I know what you do behind your computer. We were able to implant software. We're able to turn on your webcam. We have images of you in front of your computer doing certain things. And if you don't send us money, we're going to go ahead and release the snapshots of you in front of your computer naked to all of your contacts. Anyway, that's the racket. And that's been going on for a long time. That's been happening for years. The latest twist in the last couple of months is they're now doing more research and they're finding out who you are, your name. They don't have any access to your computer. They don't turn on your webcam and have images of you.
But everything they have on you is public. So out there.
They're able to find you. There's so much information available on the dark web. They're getting names, email addresses, real addresses. Then now the latest twist is they're going to Google Street View, getting a picture of your house because they have your address. And you can request a blur. There's a way that you can request on Google Street View to have Google blur your home.
Really?
Yeah, just do a search on that and you can find it. It's not hard to do. And they will blur your home on Google Street View. A lot of people don't know that can be done, and it can be. So the latest twist is they're just going to Google Street View. They're finding an image of your home, and they're enclosing that in the demand letter and the extortion letter. Let me share with you the email that a friend of ours got. And they even used their first name. I'm not going to use the name. Even first name and middle name. So it was blank, blank, first name, middle name.
Yeah. Another tip that it's just generated by some bot.
Listen to this. No, it's. I don't think it's a bot. These are actually manually done. It's information that was ripped off of the dark web, or there's so much theft of data these days. I mean, seriously, I've got like a pile of 6 or 8 letters of companies, healthcare facilities, you name it, whatever, that I've dealt with over the last 5 years that had to notify me that they had a data breach and that all my information was stolen. It's like, what? The last place I got a colonoscopy up in Manhattan, that whole medical group got hacked. All of our information was hacked.
Yes.
So all my crap, everyone's crap is floating out there with all the hacks.
Your butt photos are all over Pakistan right now.
I got to hose up my butt. Those pictures are... All right, so our friend gets this. Dear first name, middle names, and that's correct. I know that calling and then their cell number, 727 da-da-da, or visiting, then their actual address, I'm redacting that, would be a better way to have a chat with you. So they're saying, I know that calling you on, and they put their phone number in, then their address would be a better way to have a chat with you in case you don't cooperate. Don't even try to escape from this. You have no idea what I'm capable of in St. Petersburg. It's important you pay attention to this message right now. Take a minute to relax, breathe, and really dig into it. We're talking about something serious here, and I ain't playing games.
Oh, when somebody says ain't, they mean business.
You don't know me, but I know a lot in all caps about you, and right now you're wondering how, correct? Well, you've been treading on thin ice with your browsing habits, scrolling those videos and venturing into the darker corners of cyberspace. I placed a malware on a porn website that you access to watch. You get my drift, in parentheses. And while you were busy watching those videos, your device began functioning as an RDP, remote protocol, which gave me complete control over your device. I can peep at everything on your screen, switch on your cam and mic, and you wouldn't even suspect a thing. Oh, and I got access to all of your emails, contacts, and social media accounts, too.
Hey, this sounds so far-fetched.
This email continues. Been keeping tabs on your pathetic life for a while now. It's simply your hard luck that I saw your blunder. I gave in more than I probably should have, digging into your personal life, extracted quite a bit of juicy info from your system, and I've seen it all. Yeah, I've got footage of you doing filthy things in your room.
This is the longest threat letter I've ever heard in my life.
Then in parentheses, nice setup, by the way. I then developed videos and screenshots where on one side of the screen, there's the videos you were enjoying, and the other part is you bleeping off.
This is really too many details.
With simply a single click, I can send this garbage to all of your contacts. I see you're getting anxious, but let's get real. Genuinely, I'm ready to wipe the slate clean.
Is this a declaration? Is this a manifesto?
And let you move on with your daily life and wipe your slate clean. I'm going to present you two alternatives. Option one is you disregard my message. You should know what will happen if you select this option. Your video will get sent to all of your contacts. The video is straight fire. And I can't even fathom the humiliation you'll endure when your colleagues, friends, and fam check it out. But hey, that's life, ain't it? Don't be playing the victim here. Otherwise, choice is to pay me and be confident about it. We will call this my confidentiality tip. Now, let me tell you what happens when you pick this way out. Your filthy secret your filthy secret remains private. I will wipe everything clean once you send payment. You will send the payment through Bitcoin only.
Yeah.
I want you to know I'm aiming for a win-win here. My promises are non-negotiable.
This is so... Oh, who's still reading this?
Amount to be paid, U.S. dollars, 1950. They want 1,950 U.S. dollars in Bitcoin. Then they give the Bitcoin address. BTC address is 1FG39EAPE1X71. The whole chain. It's like all 30-something characters here, whatever it is, with lowercase, uppercase. Yeah. Once you pay up, you'll sleep like a baby.
All right.
I keep my word.
This is the worst ransom scam letter I've ever heard in my life.
People are falling for this. They're putting your phone number in. They're putting your address in. They are grabbing a screenshot of your home from Google Street View, putting that in the email, and this is scaring the bejesus out of a lot of people. Once you pay up, it's almost done. Once you pay up, you'll sleep like a baby. I keep my word. And then at the end, note, You have 1 day to make the payment, and I will only accept Bitcoin. I have a specific pixel within this email message, and at this moment, I know that you have read this email. My system will catch that Bitcoin payment and wipe out all the dirt I got on you.
How can
Don't even think about replying to this or negotiating. It's pointless. The email and wallet are custom made for you, untraceable. If I catch that you've shared or discussed this message with someone else,
oh my God, how long does this go on?
the garbage will instantly start getting sent to your contacts.
How can I pay in 1 day when it takes a day to read it?
And don't even think about turning off your phone or resetting it to factory settings. It's pointless. I don't make mistakes. And then they put their name in again. I don't make mistakes, blank, blank. Nice locality, by the way. And then they put the picture of their house. Honestly, those online tips about covering your camera aren't as useless as they seem. I'm awaiting your payment. And that's the end. It's like you just ran a mile, huh? All 350 pounds of you.
Who goes through that whole
dude
rambling
Listen, our friend got a little nervous. The acquaintance of ours got a little nervous about this. Not that they were doing stuff in front of their computer, but their phone number, their address, the picture of their house. So they were nervous. These are going out by the tens, if not hundreds of thousands. We told you about the photo now enclosed in the extortion scam that, we've invaded your computer, we've turned on your webcam, we have pictures of you, blah, blah, blah. This has been happening for a couple of months. But, this new twist is new about enclosing a Google Street View image of your house. So that's the new twist. It's a scam. It's a racket. But people are falling for this. People are sending the money. People get scared to death. Maybe they were doing stuff. They're playing a numbers game. They're sending these things. They probably have a boiler room with 300 Pakistanis inside or wherever the hell this is happening that are just going through all this dark web information. They're customizing the emails with the names, the address, the phone number. I mean, it's kind of laborious. It is labor intensive. But, if you pull off, a $2,000 scam, 10, 20, 30 times a day after you sent out thousands of these things, that's a hell of a payoff. I mean, you could buy the country of Pakistan for, I think, that amount of money.
Pretty close. Currently, it's 5:13 p.m. in Pakistan. Their day is just ending. They're punching out.
Yeah, how many extortion scam emails with pictures of people's houses via Google Street View did they just send out?
A tough day of work today here in Pakistan. Yeah. Woo, a lot of emails.
How about that racket going on? So just a little heads up, a public service announcement from the MJ Morning Show here on Q105 on 104.7 FM. All right, this is idiotic. I have a video that I saw, and I did a whole bunch of stuff on my I had a couple of social media things on my Instagram take off. I'll get to that in just a bit. But there is a schmuck, a total idiot. There's a woman that just stomps on cars. And her own car?
Oh, you can knock yourself out if it's your car.
This is ridiculous. There is some dope, some young girl. She looks to be in her early 20s, and she's on Instagram, and she goes by Jelly Bean Brains. Jelly Bean Brains with 2 S's at the end. And I'm looking at a picture of her, and then I'm going to run the audio from the video. She is standing on the hood of her expensive imported performance vehicle, and she's just jumping up and down on the hood. I think she does this with other cars. This is how these idiots are getting clicks these days. Listen.
I'm telling you, I'm getting the...
Oh, wrong one. Hang on a minute.
Wrong clip.
Yeah, wrong clip. All right, here it is. Hang on a minute. Hey, Andrew, where is that? Where's the girl jumping up and down on the hood of the car? Where is it? Oh, hang on. Where is it? I'm looking for it. Hang on, I hit the wrong one. Left middle. Oh, here we go. I found it. Yeah, I hit the wrong one. Sorry about that. All right, here's the audio of this Jelly Bean Brains. More like bleep for brains. Listen to this. Here it is.
This is what it sounds like when I jump on the hood of my BMW M4.
What?
It's really not that bad.
This is what it sounds like when I jump on the hood of my BMW M4, which is a very nice performance BMW. Is she out of her freaking mind? I go to this girl's Instagram.
Hold on, Instagram.
Yeah, search for this. It's Jelly Bean Brains, and then 2 S's. So SS, BRAINSS.
Okay.
Go to Instagram and just do a search for Jelly Bean Brains. And literally, she's jumping on the hood of this nice blue BMW M4.
This is what it sounds like when I jump on the hood of my BMW M4. It's really not that bad.
All right, hang on. Just take that, just backspace, take that other S out. All right, now hit enter. All right, you got her? All right,
First one.
Yeah, Jelly Bean Brain. That's her right there.
She has 3.9 million followers.
I mean, what is she? Jelly Bean Brain. She's got what?
She has other content.
Oh my,
on her
yeah,
site.
she does have other content. She's doing all kinds of stupid things. She's got lots of bikini photos and she's got all kinds of. I mean, that's pathetic though.
Where's the car crushing video?
Yeah, it's on here somewhere. Yeah, this Jelly Bean Brains. Yeah, she's looks like she might be here in Florida, judging by some of the background shots. And she's just like sitting on some guy's lap. I mean,
She's into ugly dudes. That's a plus.
oh my, you know what? This is probably her full-time job. So her jumping on and denting the hood of a BMW M4. Yeah, this thing showed up on my feed, so I don't know how long ago this was. Oh, look, here's one looks like she smashed the windshield. Oh, look, there's one where she's stomping through the windshield of another exotic car. And she's even got her Instagram @ handle on the top of the window, with a graphic.
All right, I'm giving her a follow.
Oh, we stop
She
it.
wins.
Don't come. No,
She's
stop.
in a tub full of eggs.
Stop. Yeah. Why am I? Why? You know what? I regret this. Why am I giving her the time of day?
You're doing exactly what she wants, and good for her.
Yeah. The M4 video just showed up in my feed, but it might be somewhat old. But what? Can you? How pathetic is this to jump on the hood of a beautiful BMW M4?
Oh,
This is what
heavens.
it sounds like when I jump on the hood of my BMW M4. It's really not that bad.
All right.
Bonehead.
Stop giving her time.
I know. What the hell am I doing?
I'm going to have to give her a follow just to keep an eye on this stuff she does.
Jeez. Stop it, please. Stop it right now. All right. You ever have dead butt syndrome?
I have dead butt syndrome all the time. Is it where you sit so long your ass is numb?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I don't have a big ass.
Yeah.
For a larger man, I have a very petite ass. And if I don't sit in a comfortable seat, I can't sit that long and my butt falls asleep pretty quickly.
Yeah, it's medically known as gluteal amnesia.
Oh.
And it's where you sit so long, your butt falls asleep. It's almost like your butt disappeared. Numbness in the rear end. Gluteal amnesia or dead butt. Now, what causes it? Well, sitting for a long period of time. And I guess it's a kind of a conflict between muscles in the front hip flexors and those in the back hip, the glutes. And they're at odds with each other, and I guess that's what causes the dead butt or gluteal amnesia. I haven't had that in a while. It has happened, and you kind of panic. It's like, oh my God, I'm paralyzed.
You're still able to move your legs, right?
Oh yeah. But
Just
it's
stand
like,
up.
but it's like your butt just disappeared. It's like your butt just fell into a black hole. Is what it feels like. Yeah, I was reading a whole story on gluteal amnesia.
There are guys that go to medical school to be experts on dead butt syndrome.
So, what do you do if you get dead butt syndrome?
Doctor, yes, what do you do? My dead ass, yes.
Gluteal amnesia. Yeah. The most important thing is you move around, but also if you do get pain and tightness, moist heat. You can use ultrasound and ice and electrical stimulation. Just get up and move your legs and rub your butt a little bit and get into the. I'm trying to think of the last time that I had gluteal amnesia or that dead butt. I think it's been like a year or two. It's been a while.
That qualifies. You can be the new spokesperson for DBS.
Hi, it's MJ for dead butt syndrome. Yeah.
That'd be really nice. Put you in a sweater.
Also, squats, side clamshells, and side leg lifts, as well as stretching your hip flexors, can help prevent this. Or just get up and just don't plant yourself down like a rock for hours at a time. You gotta move around a little bit.
Rub your butt cheek a little bit. Get some blood flowing in there.
Do you get this? You ever have dead butt syndrome?
Yeah, frequently.
Well, hold on. What do you mean frequently?
Well, I told you, the way my ass is configured, I have a lot of bone-on muscle without a lot of padding. So if I'm not in a comfortable area, my butt will fall asleep pretty quickly.
Did you hear that Justin Timberlake
has dead ass syndrome?
Well, we told the story last week, but then he made the apology. Yeah, Justin Timberlake has taken a plea deal, so he's going to escape the drunk driving charges. He'll escape driving while intoxicated in New York, but then on Friday, he actually held a little presser, and he's issuing an apology. This was a court-ordered apology, so part of the deal for Justin Timberlake to escape the drunk driving charges, where he was pulled over a couple of months back in the Hamptons in Sag Harbor, he had to make an apology, and he did so on Friday. And if you haven't heard it, here's a little bit of Justin Timberlake's grovel.
And so what I'd like to say to everyone watching and listening, even if you've had one drink, don't get behind the wheel of a car. There's so many alternatives. Call a friend.
Like to phone a friend, please?
Take an Uber. There's many travel apps. Still, take a taxi.
Is he holding this press conference in traffic?
How about you take a step away from the highway, Justin?
He's standing in the middle of the intersection where he ran the stop sign in Sag Harbor holding this press conference. Oh my God.
This is a mistake that I made, but I'm hoping that whoever's watching and listening right now can learn from this mistake. I know that I certainly have, and like I said, even one drink, don't get behind the wheel of a car. I also said this in the courtroom before, but I grew up in a small town, so I can appreciate and understand the strain or unique nature that this must have been on the people of Sag Harbor. But I just want to say to everyone who's been involved, from everyone in the courtroom to everyone outside,
bye, 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 bye.
Yeah, right.
including the police department, that I'm very grateful, and I thank them. And I guess in closing, I'd like to say we can all be more safe out there, and I'm going to do my part. I hope that everyone else does their part.
Could he not have written this out first?
Thank you very much.
It's like a rambling grovel, but and by the way, Andrew edited out, I think, like 3 minutes of dead air.
Yeah, I mean,
Andrew tightened the whole thing up. So what you're hearing is a much tighter presentation than if we just ran the audio as is, because there was just tons of dead space.
how many other vehicles were driving by as he's just standing on the side of the road?
Anyway, so that was court ordered. He had to issue an apology. So he'll escape actual DWI in New York. But, he refused the blow. He loses his license. So he still loses his license, but he's going to get reckless driving instead of, and community service. And I guess he's got to, push papers. Let's see here. Don't expect to see Justin Timberlake scooping up trash along the Long Island Expressway anytime soon.
That's what I'd like to see.
Instead, the pop icon will be performing 25 hours of court-ordered community service within the confines of the cozy court system itself after taking a plea deal in the Hamptons. A source close to the singer's defense team, according to Page 6, said forget about the suit and tie star cleaning courthouse toilets or mopping jury room floors. He would be doing stuff like sorting documents for the court clerk, organizing files, Timberlake 43 even has final say over whether he'll do his hours, noting that he'll likely be in New York, California, or his home state of Tennessee. Oh, where he'll do his hours. Wait a minute. Wait.
I thought you had to do them like in the
Yeah,
jurisdiction.
he should have to go to Suffolk County or Sag Harbor and do his public service there, not in Tennessee where he lives or out in California.
Do they really make these guys work for community service? Really? I mean, unless you're picking up trash with a stick with a nail at the end, that's community service.
By the
in a
way,
garbage bag.
if he had a felony conviction on his record, Canada would not have let him in. He wouldn't be allowed into a lot of other countries.
That's a real deal, man.
And he makes big money out of Canada. Is drunk driving in New York a felony? I didn't know that.
It could rise to the level of a felony charge. I've had friends who've been turned away at the Canadian border because of DUIs they've had 5 or 6 years ago.
Really?
Yes.
Who?
I don't want to say that. I don't want to out their names.
It's never stopped you in the past.
Jim McCollum. Jim McCollum.
Wait, are you serious? You're making this up?
He had a Dewey out in Valrito.
Are you serious?
And he hit something, and it was a felony DUI.
Well, wait a second. Are you serious?
Yeah,
why are you saying the guy's name?
Because you said say the guy's
I
name.
didn't know. If I told you to jump off the Skyway, would you?
Maybe. I don't know. They put their fences up. That's not even a fair question anymore. It's not even realistic. No, but Jim McCollum, he got a DUI on Highway 60 out
And then he was
Valrico.
what? Trying to drive up near what? Champlain or
No.
Where was he driving?
It was in Michigan. The little one, not the big one. When Detroit is like a town called Sarnia,
right?
Which there's like a blue bridge.
They stopped them at the border.
They turned him around and said,
"Hey, you're too many Labats."
They told him
out and about. Not letting you into Canada.
Pull off to the side, and they said, "Hey, we can't let you in. You have a felony.
Too many
conviction."
Molsons, Yeah, too many Molsons down there in the States, You're not coming into Canada,
Does Justin Timberlake have like his own line of like maple syrup? Because this would have really hurt that business.
Boy. All right, so that's Justin Timberlake apparently standing in traffic. I guess hoping he'd get mowed over by a car instead of doing his community service. Listen, the bottom line is he escapes the DWI, but I believe he loses his New York driver's license for a year. Or some period of time.
All right.
But that was a rough apology. And Andrew, that clip I played was a minute and 19 seconds. Andrew said it went on for 3 minutes. He cut all the dead space out. Someone write out the apology? Give him a teleprompter or something?
A couple of bullet points. Something.
Let me call Michelle. It's her birthday. All right, calling Michelle. I let her sleep a little later. Instead of calling her like 7:45, I'm calling her here at 8:29. Let's sing together, Fester. You ready when she picks up?
Does she want us to sing?
Mellow.
Happy birthday to you.
All right.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, my dearest Michelle.
MJ's wife.
Happy birthday to you.
It's very entertaining to try to hear Fester try to keep up with you.
Are you ready for surprise dinner? I took you out for surprise weekend. We went to Virginia Beach over the weekend.
Yes, we did. It's very nice. Thank you.
And you enjoyed a couple of great barbecue stops at Dave's Barbecue at Virginia Beach and the Pungo Boys down in Pungo. 2 great barbecue spots.
Oh, I could tell.
Yep.
I could tell with the tone of your voice, your 2 little thank yous. Thank you.
You had your Taste Unlimited sandwich as well.
Listen, forget the listen, stop trying to distract everybody from your restaurants. You guys had like the birthday get down action.
What are you saying?
Because here's why. Listen to the tone of her voice. She's like, thank you for that weekend. She's not like, oh yeah, it was a really nice trip. It was real thoughtful. Thanks. That's a no sex weekend. But the way Michelle said it,
what are you saying?
The way Michelle said it, she's like, thank you. Thank you for such a lovely weekend. And I'm like, oh no. He took her to downtown Virginia Beach.
What makes you think not every weekend is that?
Oh, listen. I look at the guy every day. There's no way you could stomach that.
Stop it. All right. Michelle, happy birthday.
Yes, thank you.
All right, and what time do you want to go to dinner? You want to go at like early?
Early bird special.
Yeah,
All
where
right.
are we going?
Michelle, it's Michelle's choice. Michelle,
Wait a minute, you just said you had a special surprise birthday dinner for me.
well, then I'm carving out the time. I'm going to let you choose where you want to go.
Okay.
So go ahead and text
Well,
me.
then it's not a special birthday surprise dinner
No,
that
no,
you already have
well,
arranged. You haven't arranged anything. You made it sound like you arranged it already.
I'm carving. I've arranged with my I've arranged with my personal assistants that I'm carving out the time to spend with you at birthday dinner.
Personal assistance.
Yes.
That's
Listen,
me.
listen the big surprise he had for you, he gave you Saturday like at 11:30.
Oh, you stop it, Fester. You knock it off, please.
The surprise is over
You
now.
stop. All right, Michelle, go ahead and text me where you want to go to dinner tonight, okay?
Yeah.
And I'll make arrangements.
Okay.
And listen, some places might be closed on Monday, but
I know, it's kind of a
What's closed
problem.
on Monday?
all right, send me a text on where you want to go to dinner, okay? We'll do like a early, 5:30 dinner, okay?
Well, it'll have to be like 5:30 so we can wait for Chloe.
Oh, that's right.
Right.
Yeah, we got to wait for Chloe because Chloe works till like 5ish. All right, sweetie, send me a text where you want me to get a res.
All right.
All right, bye.
Who needs a reservation on a Monday?
Yeah, you probably walk in anywhere.
Monday at 5:30. I know you're really busy right now.
Just walk on in. All right, 8:32 at the MJ Morning Show. But it's Michelle's birthday. Hey, I have a bunch of new things on my Instagram, which I did not mention yet today. A lot of good action. Chloe and Jason Momoa. So Chloe got a chance to meet Jason Momoa at Lucan's. Man, what an event. I mean, I heard there were over 3,000 people in line. I wonder if they have a count. Hold on. Let me call Chris at Lucan's real quick and see if they have a count. Let's see if I can get a hold of him. I'm just gonna call him on my cell phone so he knows it's me.
Oh, good.
Yeah, hang on a minute. Just dialing him up here real quick. Yeah, so the Jason Momoa event was a smash.
Yeah, a lot of people put pictures up.
Hey,
of,
Chris, it's MJ. Let me just put my cell phone on speaker and hold it up to the microphone. Hold on a sec, okay? All right, hang on a minute. All right, let me put this on speaker. Actually, the quality is really good, even just holding my cell phone. Hey, Chris, what was the total count? How many people met and stood in line for Jason Momoa at Lucan's Midtown on Saturday?
So I don't have the official count yet, but I'm pretty confident it was close to 3,000 people.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Chloe said that she heard that it was like 3,000 people. And did everyone get seen? Did you make it through the whole line?
I mean, we did, and I give a ton of credit, not just to my staff, but Jason, Blaine, his staff, his crew. I mean, they were phenomenal at getting everyone through. Everyone got seen. Some people got multiple pictures if they didn't come out right. They were fantastic.
Yeah, and then what about I'm going to call the cake girl in a minute. What about that cake? Could you believe the cake that was a Miele vodka bottle?
It was unbelievable. Christina and Kirby were great. That bottle was fantastic. I think people from the crowd, people from the lines were all asking for her business card if she does weddings and birthdays.
Oh,
it was
yeah.
great.
Yeah.
The cake was great.
Yeah, the cake girl does everything. If you need a cake, you call the cake girl. Anyway, I'm glad the event was a success. That was huge. And that was even bigger than Wahlberg, right? Bigger than Mark Wahlberg.
It was, and I mean, it was pretty nuts. It was controlled chaos, but I mean, it was great. I mean, it was unbelievable.
All right, buddy. I'll talk to you soon, Chris. Thanks.
All right, no problem, guys. Have a good one.
You bet.
Sorry
All right.
we missed you.
All right. Yeah, I'm sorry. I was up with Michelle in Virginia Beach, but I would have been. But Chloe was there. And by the way, thanks for being so nice to Chloe.
No, Chloe was fantastic. If we couldn't have you guys, at least we had Chloe, and I hope at least Michelle had a good birthday and you guys enjoyed Virginia Beach.
Yeah, we had a great time. Thank you, Chris. I'll see you soon.
All right, MJ.
All right, bye-bye. All right, Chris from Lucan's. All right, here's the deal. Go to my Instagram. You've got to see. There are a number of things you got to see.
All right, this cake is pretty amazing.
The cake is unfreaking believable.
I'm listening to you talk about all right, how good could this cake of a bottle be? It's pretty crazy.
It is outrageous.
All right.
You're like, you got to be kidding me. This bottle is a cake. It's the actual vodka bottle of the brand, this Miele, that Jason Momoa is part of, Aquaman. You know what? I had him on the air last week. We had Jason Momoa on the show last Tuesday, right around this time. And I said, hey, you being Aquaman, people must have called you now Vodka Man. He said, no, never heard of that. Oh, but wait a second. You're involved in a vodka brand and no one's calling you Vodka Man? A takeoff on Aquaman? He said, nope, you're the first. I'm like, dude. Anyway, go to my Instagram, Certified MJ Radio. That's Certified MJ Radio, and see the picture of Chloe. There are two pictures, actually. The first picture is Chloe. It's pinned. Chloe and Jason Momoa and his partner Blaine. A nice picture of Chloe. Then there's a picture of the cake girl holding the vodka bottle cake with Jason Momoa and his partner. And then there's another full shot with Chloe and Jason Momoa. And he's wearing like these black and white striped prison chain gang pants.
Yeah, those are some pretty original pants, man.
He's wearing prison. You got to see Jason Momoa in prison chain gang pants. All right, go to my Instagram, Certified MJ Radio. That's Certified MJ Radio, and see the images. Also, there's Michelle and I in Williams. Oh, and people are loving the bird attack on Michelle.
What?
Yeah, well.
Like a poop storm? Or?
Hang on a minute. Listen to this. We stopped at Michael's Arts and Crafts in Virginia Beach to get a couple of American flags and get some flowers for the grave sites.
Right, you
went to visit Michelle's grandparents' graves.
Is it a military cemetery? Or?
No. It's a regular Virginia.
Okay.
Michelle's dad is buried at Arlington.
Okay, I knew that.
Yeah.
Okay.
But in Virginia Beach, just a normal cemetery. And we're in Michael's. We're getting ready to check out, and they got a whole Halloween aisle set up already, right? And they had a black crow, like a full-sized bird. Dude. And I grabbed it, and I'm going, and I'm flying it through the air while I'm videoing it, and I attack Michelle with the bird. I come around the corner, and Michelle's standing there, and I start pecking her in the head. Peck her head. I start pecking her in the head with the video. The video. This thing is, the number of views on this thing already. Hey, let me see where I am. This thing's got like 20,000 views already. And that has 13,000 views. My image of the Spirit Airlines, and this is an older video that I took. I just didn't post it. I posted, there's so much stuff. Jason Momoa, Michelle getting attacked by the bird. And then you got to see what the Spirit Airlines guys do with somebody's mobility scooter. That video I posted yesterday at the Charlotte airport, and it's already got 25,000 views on that. Anyway, my Instagram is loaded. Certified MJ Radio. Certified MJ Radio. Oh, and Fester, you were already, it was the weekend, last weekend. You sent me a note that I was lucky the guy at the airport in Fort Lauderdale didn't take me out when I commented on his hair tower.
Right? I don't walk up to grown men like that, but that is an amazing hairdo.
So that's another, if you haven't seen the video of the guy with the hair tower at Fort Lauderdale, not this past weekend, the weekend before, that's on my Instagram as well. Certified MJ Radio. Give me a follow while you're there. Certified MJ Radio. In the last 10 days, I put on 2,000 followers. I've had the most amount of follower acceleration ever in the last 10 days for whatever reason.
We are all so proud of you.
Thank you.
And your Instagram page. Wow.
Listen, if I didn't have a radio show, I would have no part of this Instagram. I would be totally off social media. If I weren't part of this radio show, I use it as a kind of a companion vehicle to the show. If I didn't have this show any longer, I'm erasing all my crap. I don't, anyway.
Roxanne called me last week while I was in Pennsylvania, and she's like, oh my gosh, MJ's new follower. It's incredible.
Dude, put your words together.
We're all so proud.
Okay,
so proud.
Let me call the cake girl here quickly.
We're beaming with pride.
The cake girl's up in New York, and they were asking me for great pizza recommendations yesterday.
You know why she's there, right?
Yeah, she's going to be on the Today Show tomorrow. So the cake girl, not only, she's busy. The cake girl was at Lucan's with this unbelievable vodka cake. I'm telling you, go to my Instagram, Certified MJ Radio, and see the vodka bottle cake she made. It's brand specific for this melee. Jason Momoa's vodka, and it's outrageous. It's unfreaking believable. Let me dial her up. And then she's going to be on the Today Show tomorrow, so we're going to ask her why she's going to be on the Today Show. So she's going to be on nationwide TV tomorrow. 1, 3, 2. All right, calling up the Cake Girl live in her hotel room in Manhattan right now.
Hello.
Christina, Cake Girl, MJ Morning Show Live. Good morning.
Good morning, everybody.
Oh, man, people were flipping over that vodka bottle cake, man. I mean, how do you do that? How do you make it look like a real bottle? Jason Momoa was freaked out. He was like, oh, my God, I've never seen anything like this. I got reports. I mean, I'm hearing the stories about they were blown away by your cake.
Yes, he was. He was like, that's a cake. And I was like, yes, it is. Oh, it takes a lot of talent.
Man, I'll tell you, and again, folks, go to my Instagram, go to Certified MJ Radio, and see the picture of Christina on the phone right now with Jason Momoa holding the cake. It is just outrageous. You've outdone yourself. And, of course,
thank you.
Of course, for any celebration, whatever you want turned into a cake, the Cake Girl can do. And a great sponsor here on the MJ Morning Show. The website is thecakegirl.com, and see the work, thecakegirl.com. How long did it take, Christina, to make the cake?
Oh, wow. Let's see. I believe it was at least 8 hours or so, just to make sure we had it, because we bought a bottle to make it basically almost identical size-wise and all of that. So it takes a lot of time in between, but we wanted to make sure it was perfect for him.
It was perfect. I mean, everyone was just fascinated that you made the vodka bottle out of cake, and just the realism. I mean, so photorealistic, cake realistic. It was just unbelievable.
Thank you. Yeah.
So, Christina, tell me about the Today Show. You're going to be on. You're going to be on NBC's Today Show tomorrow morning between 8:30 and 9 a.m., which is this time frame right now, but tomorrow.
Yes, oh my God, I can't even believe it's happening. I mean, I'm still, obviously as I'm talking to you right now, just super grateful for the opportunity. It's honestly like a dream come true, because I'm sure everybody that goes to the Today Show is like, wow, I did it. But yeah.
By the way, be careful, because if you bring cake up there, Al Roker is going to just eat it all right in front of you.
That's not true. Al's not the big fat guy he once was.
Hey, Christina, do you know who are you going to be with? Do you know if you're going to be on set with Al, with Savannah Guthrie? Do you know?
It's going to be Hoda. And then I know Savannah's going to be there as well on the tasting table. But the main person there with me doing the recipe and all of that's going to be Hoda.
So tell me, how did the Today Show, how did they contact you? How did they become aware of you? And they're, because you're Puerto Rican, they're bringing you up for Hispanic Heritage Month.
Yes. Yeah. Believe it or not, we did, for one of the producers, I guess she has family in Tampa, or she used to live in Tampa. And we did a cake for her birthday. Her sister ordered it. And she came to the bakery, got it, in person, and just fell in love basically with our product, and asked me if I would ever, be happy or had the opportunity to be on the Today Show if I wanted to go. And I was like, oh my God, that would be like a dream come true. So that's how the connection happened. And then I think about a month later, I received an email of them inviting me to the Today Show for Hispanic Heritage Month. And I was like, oh my God, I would be honored to participate and then do our famous Puerto Rican cake, live for them.
So you brought a cake up for them, correct?
Yes. So we're doing the Puerto Rican cake recipe live on the show. And then we brought also our cake jars, which is our craving cups, as they're known. So, yes, we're going to have a great time.
So the cake that you brought up, I guess I don't think you checked that in luggage. So do you, I guess Kirby, put it up in the overhead bin? How'd you travel with the cake?
God. So, yeah, it is always crazy to travel with cakes, toppers. I mean, you name it. I know we brought it inside the plane with us. That was very crazy, by the way.
What about TSA at Tampa International? Was there any issue taking the cake through the X-ray?
No, actually, so you cannot put it through that conveyor belt X-ray machine. You cannot. They have to check it in person. So check basically the cake. A person has to do that.
Hold on. So wait a minute. It didn't go through the X-ray?
Yeah, you cannot. It cannot go through there because the machine, as it's stopping and checking.
Yeah, the herky-jerkiness of the machine might topple the cake.
We actually had a cake destroyed that way.
Oh, my God. Hold on. An airport at Tampa International?
No, it was in New York City, actually.
Oh, wow.
This was about a year ago for our first time in New York, for at least mine. And we had a cake destroyed through TSA. But that's, the past. But, yeah.
But how do they know if they can't X-ray the cake? How do they know you don't have like a Glock or a big sword inside the cake?
The same way they do wheelchairs. They wand it. They can look at it.
They wand it. They check the box. They make sure, you don't have anything crazy. And they even checked our hands.
They swabbed your hands to see if you had any gunpowder or bomb residue.
Yeah, all that stuff. Oh yes,
wow.
Everything. The box. You name it. But they do it. The person actually does that. So you have to contact a supervisor and have them do that for you.
Wow.
But Tampa International was amazing. One of their supervisors was amazing. He helped us. He checked everything, and we were good to go. Then to put it inside the plane, that was another thing. What is it? What do you call that? I was going to say stewards, but they're
the flight attendant.
The flight attendants, they were amazing too.
What airline did you fly up to New York?
We did Delta, which, by the way, were very amazing, very helpful.
Yeah, Delta does a great job out of Tampa, and I know some of the people at Delta, like Jim, and there's some great
Jim, Hank.
Great people at Delta.
Ralph,
and
Mary, Claire, Estelle, Roberto.
Did you bring some cupcakes for the flight attendants?
We gave them our carts because we had over 4 bags. We were honestly, we were carrying so much, but we gave them our personal information and we told them to write us. That way we could send them some craving cups because they were amazing. Yeah.
Hey, just out of curiosity, did the Today Show fly you up? Did you pay for your plane tickets, or the Today Show flew you up?
No, we pay for our own tickets.
Gotcha. Sometimes they'll fly.
We took care of all that. Yeah,
gotcha.
We took care. We're not that big yet. Maybe someday.
Gotcha. Hey, Christina, great having you on. Congratulations, folks. The Cake Girl, who is an advertiser right here. You hear me do live commercials for the Cake Girl all the time here on the MJ Morning Show. The Cake Girl is going to be on the Today. What a busy week. Jason Momoa and that killer cake on Saturday at Lucan's.
Oh, yeah.
And now the Today Show tomorrow morning up in New York at 30 Rock.
Yes. And as for everybody that's listening, stay tuned on our social media, The Cake Girl, and you'll see the journey. We'll be posting lots of pictures, videos, you name it.
So follow The Cake Girl as well on social media, The Cake Girl. Hey, how was that pizza I sent you for yesterday?
Oh, my God. Vito's was amazing. Amazing.
Yeah. So Kirby and Christina, they're staying in Midtown. They're staying pretty close to 30 Rock near Rockefeller Plaza. And they said, hey, give us some pizza recommendations nearby our hotel. And I'm like, you know what? It's kind of a Midtown Manhattan is a little bit of a dead zone for really good pizza. In Manhattan, the good stuff is, up in Harlem, like Patsy's, or down, in Lower East Side, like Scars or West Village. You have La Industry and Mama's too.
All
and,
right. We don't need a map of all the boroughs.
You've got John's on Bleecker. You've got Joe's on Carmine. But here's the deal. I sent them. There are 2 places sort of close to Midtown. There's Vito's Slices and Ices, and then there is a Joe's Pizza branch on Broadway around 40th Street. So those are the 2 that I gave you. And you went to Vito's. Vito's has a great slice.
Yeah, Vito's. We did that for lunch, and it was amazing. We say, 1 slice is going to be, and it was amazing, and it was perfect. We didn't need any more. So good job. Thank you.
People hit me. I have listeners that ask me, hey, MJ, I'm going to New York. I've got like a cut and paste pizza list that I send to all the listeners that ask me for pizza recommendations in New York. Christina, we'll see you on the Today Show tomorrow morning.
Thank you so much, guys. Have a great day.
All right, bye-bye. The Cake Girl, thecakegirl.com, and, of course, on social media, The Cake Girl. Check her out, a fine advertiser here on the MJ Morning Show. We had a little incident at the Hard Rock. A couple won. Did you see this?
A good incident or a bad
Well,
incident?
it was good. And listen, the Hard Rock, they do a nice job. They've got good security there. But, this has happened a couple of times. A Florida couple just won $3,000. I mean, it wasn't a massive haul, and then they get followed home. This has happened in the past. And,
where do they get picked up? Like,
Yeah.
do you first see them when they win?
Yes.
Then you tail them around all night? Or I remember the case like from 2 or 3 months ago where the guy got beat up in front of his house. He was like talking about it in the garage. I can't believe we won $4,000. And the guy's like, hey, let's follow this guy.
Yeah, this was back in August. I had not seen this story.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I hadn't seen this one. But again, just be careful when you win. And listen, Hard Rock, if you ask for some security help, they'll be happy to provide you help. So if you win at the Hard Rock, and I think even for big wins, I believe they
offer you security.
Yeah, I believe.
I was offered security once when
Right.
they asked me to leave. They said, get the hell out. And I was like, I'm not leaving. And
Wow.
they said,
Yeah.
we're going to offer you security to help you leave.
So again, Hard Rock. Listen, we're gonna hit Council Oak soon.
That's cool.
You've been to Council Oak, right?
Yeah. I got a knife.
Yeah.
My name's on the
Yeah,
knife.
I have the original knife from when
Yeah.
they opened as well. But we're going to celebrate Michelle's birthday with some friends either this weekend or next weekend. We're going to hit Council Oak. That is a killer steakhouse. I love Council Oak. Andrew is a big fan of Council Oak as well. Hey, Andrew, is this true? We just had the winner?
Yes.
Wow. The MJ Morning Show and Q105 had the first winner for the Cash Kitty National Contest.
That's awesome.
Look at that.
Who was it?
It's Lisa Kirby of Davenport.
That's great.
Yes.
Congratulations, Lisa.
Lisa Kirby of Davenport was the first $1,000 winner among the Beasley radio stations. So listen, folks, proof positive that folks win this. And, listen, we did the inflation smasher a couple of weeks ago, and that was local only.
Right.
That was only Q105. Only here. And that now we're doing the Cash Kitty, which is part of our nationwide. And the first winner for the entire group of our stations, the first winner was an MJ Morning Show listener, Lisa Kirby of Davenport, just won $1,000 at 8 o'clock.
That's
by
fantastic.
texting in. Hey, Lisa, congratulations. Hey, Lisa, call us. Do we have Lisa's number? Do we ever? Yeah, get her on the phone here quickly.
She's probably out spending your cash.
Actually, we'll talk to her after the break. See if you can get her on right after the break. Let me take a quickie here because we're well over an hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ. All right, I'm going to tell you how not to be a snob at a fancy restaurant. What?
I mean, you're kind of
All right, coming up. Also, what's going on with these lemonade stand heists? What? I mean, this is insane.
I mean, the kids really don't have great security.
All right, the latest on video games, good for you, bad for you, good for you, bad for you. Where does the pin drop now? We got a Disney outrage. We got a lot of stuff. Folks, the action gets even better in our final hour next here on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. We're back in minutes, folks. MJ Morning Show on Q105, 904. And great news, we had the first Cash Kitty winner among our national contest with our Beasley radio stations. And it just goes to show you that people really win just like you, because we had Lisa Kirby from Davenport. She texted in at 8 o'clock when we did it about an hour ago, and it was the first ever. We just launched the National Cash Kitty deal again at 8 o'clock, and the first winner right off the bat was right here, a listener to Q105 in the MJ Morning Show, Lisa Kirby, grabbed the $1,000 less than an hour ago. And then there's another shot to win right after the show in less than an hour at 10 o'clock.
Man.
So the Cash Kitty hits at 10 o'clock this morning, then 12 noon, then 3 p.m., and then 5 p.m.
Andrew tried to call Lisa, but she said, I'm rich now. I don't need you
No,
guys
here's
anymore.
the deal. Andrew, what was the story? Why couldn't she come on with us?
She's opening a bank right now, and she's busy.
So wait a minute. She works at a bank, and she just won $1,000 with our radio contest, the Cash Kitty.
That's awesome. That's
She's
great. Yeah.
Surrounded by money all day long, and she just grabbed $1,000 from our little bank, from our stash. An MJ Morning Show on Q105, 104.7 FM. And, of course, welcome to the 9 o'clock hour, where the content doesn't take a back seat. We don't go into a snooze fest over here. Nope. I make the 9 o'clock hour just as good as every other hour. All right, we have some etiquette tips for you.
I love etiquette tips.
Yeah. So if you go to a fancy restaurant, and listen, and fancy is relative, but I think we can all agree on what's fancy.
Is it
and
like where the waiter talks to you like
no,
this?
no. Stop making a mockery out of
Walk
mine.
this
Stop.
way.
Walk this way.
The guy has a limp.
All right. So a couple of etiquette tips. And some of these might be obvious, some might not be. So if you don't want to look like a total Delta Bravo, a total, a total snob at a restaurant, these are like 4 tips, as far as etiquette goes.
Hold on. Etiquette for slobs to look better, or etiquette for snobs to look more normal?
Dude, who said it? No.
You said etiquette. I mean, the snobs already have the etiquette.
No, this is a way to go to a nice restaurant.
Okay.
Or, nice, a nicer restaurant.
When you say etiquette tips, I'm thinking Cousin Eddie's pulling the Winnebago in the front, and he's like, come on, kids, let's go.
And he's going to drain the bleeper right in the parking lot?
Let's give him a couple of etiquette tips.
Listen, I'm just trying to give you some tips so you don't appear to be a snob at a nice restaurant.
Okay.
All right, number 1 is pay attention to the restaurant staff. Don't turn your nose up. Don't feel like you're too good for the staff. And I've seen this. I've been in some nice restaurants. I'm not talking about Michelin 3-star restaurants, but I'm not even talking Michelin-starred restaurants. I've been in some nice restaurants, and there are plenty of phenomenal. There are restaurants that have 0 Michelin stars that I find better than some restaurants that have a Michelin star or 2. So bottom line is, don't be a snob. Don't ignore the wait staff. People that say, oh, no, I don't interact with the help, or I don't interact with the wait staff. What are you doing? They are people just like you. Be nice to them. Your experience is going to be better. Don't be a snob. Don't be a total Delta Bravo. Tip number 1 is interact with the staff. Don't be standoffish. Don't be a total snob. Communicate. Even find out their name. Use their name. Hey, Jerry, Lisa, whatever. Hey, thank you. You've been great. Be nice. Don't be a snob to the staff. That's number 1 tip. Number 2, the old, oh, yeah, I'm just going to be fashionably late. Cut the crap. Don't walk in there 15, 20, 25, 30 minutes late. If you've got a 7 o'clock reservation, go at 7 o'clock. Be there. Be there on time. Be there a little early. Within a couple of minutes, 7:02, 7:05. It's all right. But still, show some respect. I mean, at a nice restaurant where they're juggling the tables and the arrival times, they're trying to, space out the kitchen and everything. Just get there on freaking time. And don't be like, oh, I've got a reservation. They're going to hold my table till infinity.
I have to stop you right here.
Yeah.
These are really good etiquette tips. I'm writing them all down.
I think you can remember these.
Acknowledge the staff. Show up on time. Okay. All right.
Are you making a mockery?
No, these are great.
All right.
These are great. I'm learning a lot. 3, go. Give me.
Number 3.
Now, I need it.
Dress code. Don't walk in like a slob.
Oh, man. I get on this.
Yeah, I mean, I put on, and it depends on the situation, like a nice pair of pants and a nice button-down shirt. Don't walk in like a slob. I've been to where was I recently? Where I know where I was. I was at Massimo's. Not this past weekend, the weekend before. Michelle and I had dinner at Massimo's.
That's a high-end Italian restaurant, right?
Massimo's is great up in Palm Harbor. So in our rotation, I've known Massimo for years. Just does a phenomenal job. I had a piece of halibut that was just incredible, and a guy walks in shorts and a trucker cap on. I'm like, what?
Where does he think he is?
Everyone else in the restaurant was dressed nicely and appropriately, and he walks in shorts and a foam-fronted trucker cap with the mesh back.
I will say, Florida's dress code
a little lighter,
is a lot lighter.
Yeah, it is.
But you can't go around wearing jorts. Those jean shorts.
Cut the crap.
I mean, it's a good look.
So follow the dress code. I mean, you might live in an area, according to this particular expert, where, and this individual coughing up these tips, which, I mean, Elaine Swan is an etiquette expert, and she's coughing up these tips. But these are pretty, this is pretty rudimentary, but still, I think it's worth the reminder.
Elaine Swan sounds really fancy.
Yeah. I wonder if she's ever eaten at On Swan, the restaurant On Swan in Hyde Park. One of Chef Pont's places.
Be Swan on Swan.
I wonder what, they're opening up, Chef Pont, he's got Pont Modern American, which is just phenomenal. Olivia is one of our favorites, fantastic. On Swan is super. And they're opening an Olivia here in St. Pete as well. So I don't know. I got to find out when they're going to open up St. Pete Olivia. But Olivia's solid.
What if Elaine Swan gave her goodbye message at On Swan? Swan would be giving her swan song on Swan.
Yes. When she retires.
She has a whole web. She's into this, man.
I know.
She has this whole blog.
Yeah, I know. I saw her.
She gets free advice?
Dude, where do you think I got this? I got this from her website.
I'm going to follow her page.
Anyway, you might live in an area, she says, where the attire's more casual and shorts are acceptable, but that may not be acceptable in some higher-end restaurants. And that is that very much pertains. It's very germane to the situation here in Florida with shorts.
What would Miss Swan think of Jason Momoa's Cool Hand Luke prison outfit pants?
Oh, his chain gang black and white striped prison outfit? I don't know. We can send her a picture.
I'm sure he can get it anywhere he wants.
And then final point, number 4, etiquette at nice restaurants. When it comes to tipping, leave 20% minimum. Nice restaurant, service is good. You leave 20% gratuity minimum. You should always leave a tip at every restaurant you dine at, regardless of whether it's high-end or a standard mom and pop. Yeah, absolutely. You sit down and you get served, you leave a tip. I am not one of the folks that tips when I go up to a counter and order and they call my name to pick up my order. I'm not leaving a tip, all right? I go to a sandwich shop or whatever, and I'm, it might be a great sandwich, but I'm placing my order. They hand me my bag or my tray. I am not leaving a tip for that. Right? Nice restaurants where I sit down and I am waited upon, I leave a tip. And if service is great, I leave a really good tip. Typically I'm never less than 20%. If things are not up to par, maybe I leave 15%. But usually the service is pretty good around town. I'll leave 20% minimum. So there you go. 4 etiquette tips. And you wrote them all down, right, Fester?
I am now following Elaine Swan. on all of her socials.
Hang on a sec. Number 5, don't wear your stupid Crocs to a nice restaurant. All right?
All right, I'm out. She has 72,000 Instagram followers giving out etiquette advice.
Oh, yeah.
You need to change the vibe of your page.
Listen, she's been on the Today Show. She's been on a lot of... I've seen her before.
Yeah, she's wonderful.
And then I saw a little article where she's giving out some advice. Ooh. I got a Dave Grohl update.
He's had a hell of a weekend.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you were not here last week, so you were obviously up to speed on what happened. But Dave Grohl had to put out that social media message early last week where he had to confess and admit that he had a new baby daughter out of wedlock, that he had a fling, had an affair, and got a woman pregnant. Then boom, his kids with his wife now have a little half sister running around.
So
surprise!
On the surface, it looks like he's handling this as best he can.
Well, a couple of things here, and I have an update. The reason why I'm bringing this up right now, apparently, woman claims that David Grohl used a pickup line on her at a bar in New York City in 2013. So Dave Grohl's been married to his current wife since, I believe, 2003 or 2004, and they've got 3 kids together. And here's a woman that says that Grohl, this is 10 years into his marriage, a woman claims that Dave Grohl came up to her at a bar in West Hollywood, California, and used hey, you ready for the line? There are a couple of people are saying, and if I'm not mistaken, Dave Grohl used the same line, according to reports, on his current wife that he just cheated on to have this baby girl. You know what the line is?
Are those space pants you're wearing because your ass is out of this world?
Stop.
That's a closer, dude.
Yeah,
write that one down.
Yeah. We've all heard that one. No, that's not it.
All right. What is it?
You're my future ex-wife. And, well, that could be very, very fitting. Yeah, Dave Grohl hit on a 24-year-old in 2013, about 10 years after he was married, with the same pickup line that he used on his current wife. Her name is Jordan Blum.
I tell you, when you find a line that's results.
That works?
Yeah. I mean, they're probably never going to meet, so you look like my future ex-wife.
Oh, you know what we ought to do? We ought to go to the pickup line phones here real quick. We ought to ask women quickly, what are some pickup lines that guys have used on you? You know what? Let's try it.
Okay.
We have time. 9:17 at the MJ Morning Show. Let's go. Fire up the phones right now. 800-990-1047. Give me some of the pickup lines that guys have used on you in the past. So, ladies, women, this one's for you. 800-990-1047. I don't have a lot of time here, so fire up the phones here quickly. 800-990-1047. What pickup lines have guys attempted to use on you? 800-990-1047. Let's go. 800-990-1047. So Dave Grohl from the Foo Fighters, apparently one of his favorites is, "You're my future ex-wife."
It's a good line.
Yeah.
It's a good line for a rock star.
All right. Andrew's screening calls right now. Let me grab a couple of calls. What pickup lines have guys used on you? 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. Let me grab Paige in Largo screen first. Hello, Paige. Welcome.
Hi.
Hey, Paige. Welcome to the MJ Morning Show.
I've gotten some real good ones. Not gonna lie.
Like?
But I got a, "Hey baby, do you want a bone?"
Is that a pickup line?
And what? Then they hand you.
I don't know. It didn't work.
Then they hand you. Did they hand you a chicken bone?
He should have. I'm like Stabone, like from Growing Pains. But
the bone.
But I do like, are those moon pants you're wearing? Because your ass is out of this world.
That's a good one. I'm telling you. Kind of gets a chuckle.
You know,
breaks the ice a little bit.
There was a friend of mine in college at Ithaca that did this. He had a little, like a wood screw in his pocket, and he'd go up to a woman in a bar and say, "Hey, you want a screw?" And they would hand them the actual wood screw, the metal screw.
It'd be really good if she had a nut in her pocket and she'd be like, "That's just nuts."
Hey, Paige, thanks for calling in. I appreciate it.
I could come up with a better line for that.
All right. We ought to do this tomorrow. We ought to do this earlier tomorrow.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah, we ought to. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Hey, Deanna.
Deanna, good morning, Deanna. What was that? I heard you. Was that you laughing or clearing your throat?
I was laughing at your comments.
Okay. Deanna, welcome to the MJ Morning Show. What pickup line was attempted on you?
Yeah. I heard if I told you had a nice body, would you hold it against me?
Was that a Bellamy Brothers song?
Wow.
Oh, I don't know, but I've heard that one a few times.
If I told
That was
you,
when I was younger
If
and
I
had a nice
said
body.
you had a beautiful body, would you hold it against me? I think it was a Bellamy Brothers.
thank you, Deanna. Have a great
You're
day.
welcome.
All right.
You too. Bye-bye.
Let me grab, what time is it? Almost 9:20. Deborah in St. Pete. Deborah, what pickup line has been used on you?
Good morning. I was at a concert one time and I had my glasses on. And when I took my glasses off, the guy sitting next to me said, "Oh, you clean up pretty good. You don't look too bad without your glasses." What an idiot.
It's not a pickup line.
Yeah, that's the worst pickup line ever.
Ever.
I know.
I've had the screw one used on me too.
Oh, you had someone hand you like a screw and say, "Hey, want a screw?"
Yeah, when I was in high school.
Yeah, all
That
right.
was a while ago.
All right, thanks for the call. I appreciate it.
Sure. Bye.
I'm up against the clock. We're coming up on 9:21. I tell you what, I want to save that for tomorrow. I want to do pickup lines again tomorrow. So I think we've done this in the past, but it's been a long time. Yeah. So Dave Grohl, pickup line that got him his current wife, who he has 3 kids with, that he just cheated on, and impregnated another woman with a baby out of nowhere that was just announced early last week. You're my future ex-wife. Use that on his current wife, and apparently some woman's come forward with the news of the out-of-wedlock baby with this fling that he used that on her like 2013, 10, 11 years ago, when he'd already been with his wife for 10 years. Wow. All right, we'll do pickup lines again tomorrow. We'll do it earlier. Take even more phone calls. 9:21 at the MJ Morning Show. We've got some heartless lemonade news. We had a recent story. Now there's another one. We're loaded. I'm looking at my pile here. I got some more Hollywood celebrity stuff we'll get to. Oh, the Emmys. We got to talk about the Emmys were last night. And, a couple of surprises. I got to add a couple of things to my watch list. So Emmys, little recap on just the important crap. All next. Don't move. Back in minutes here on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. You know what, Andrew? Add this to our rejoiner bumper collection. Yeah, I'm not playing this just as, a rejoiner per se, although I do like it as a rejoiner because I like the song. Fester, you know who this is, right?
Oh, yeah.
Come on. Come on.
Toad the Wet Sprocket.
No, it's not Toad the Wet Sprocket. Come on.
Man.
Dude, you have no idea. It's Jane's Addiction. Come on.
I don't know. I'm not a music radio guy. I'm a talk radio
The reason why I'm playing Jane's Addiction as a rejoin bumper here on the MJ Morning Show at 9:30, the front man for Jane's Addiction punched guitarist Dave Navarro on stage, and it ended the concert prematurely.
Wow.
What the hell? That'd be like me punching you in the face during the morning show.
Yeah, but you
and
keep
then,
going.
And then we I wouldn't end the show.
Yeah, I just punched Fester. Let's take calls. Look at my Instagram where I just punched Fester.
My God, this
Certified
happened up,
MJ.
It's happened up in Boston.
Wow.
Jane's Addiction frontman Perry Farrell punched guitarist Dave Navarro during an argument, some kind of a situation on stage, as several crew members dragged him off and abruptly ended the reunited band's concert on Friday night.
They've got some issues.
Excuse me. I'm laughing.
Have you seen video of it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Farrell was in the middle of performing Ocean Size when he started angrily grunting and telling the crowd at the Leader Bank Pavilion, F you, before screaming into the microphone. My God. He was agitated, turned to Navarro on his right, where he then screamed and threw his shoulder into the guitarist.
Look at these guys.
I know. I mean, just they...
Harry Farrell.
Yeah. Do we have audio for the actual
I'm watching
concert?
the video.
Yeah.
I guess they're talking over it, but he kind of shoulder checks him.
Yeah, he shoulder checks Navarro, and then Navarro puts his hand out, and then he starts punching him. I mean, then you see like a stagehand kind of steps in the middle of them. What the hell? And then the show ends.
Oh, man.
I didn't know there was animosity among the. Listen, I'm not a Jane's Addiction expert here on their history, but on-stage brawls stopped the concert.
According to the wife of one of them, the frustration has been mounting. Yeah, obviously.
But they're recently reunited, I believe.
Come on, sing a couple of songs and get paid, guys. Come on, what's so hard?
The two rockers confronted each other while Farrell inched closer into the face of Navarro, who calmly held him back with his right arm. Farrell, in turn, throws an elbow jab at the guitarist. Then multiple crew and bandmates, including bassist Eric Avery, run up to restrain the lead singer, telling him to stop. The lights lowered on stage. Several punches were thrown. Singer was escorted away. The remaining three band members, Navarro, Avery, and drummer Stephen Perkins, went to the front of the stage where they gave a warm farewell to the crowd. Wow.
That sucks.
Yeah, it doesn't say how far they were through. Perry had a huge bottle of wine with him all evening. Navarro and Avery kept chatting with each other. They seemed angrier than normal. Was he drunk? Maybe he was drunk.
He might have been.
Wow. Show ended early.
I mean, I'm all for these guys beating each other up if they don't end the show. Keep singing.
No public comment on the incident as of Saturday morning. This could have been their last show ever. I mean, didn't they break up or they didn't do much and they reunited? Listen, they were huge in the late 80s. I mean, Jane's Addiction, their time was what, like 1989, 1990? Somewhere in the 88, 90, 91? That was kind of their zone.
Yeah.
Wow.
He kind of just attacks Navarro out of the blue.
Looking forward to getting another crack at this spectacular rooftop venue tonight. Did they actually perform again after the incident on Friday night?
I don't know. Put the audio up. This is a new clip. There's the grunting.
Yeah. Oh, he's grunting at Navarro. Then checks him. And then they're having words. And then the music stops. They're having a fight. Throws a punch.
Out comes the stage manager.
My God. Then the lights go down. And then other stagehands come in. They're restraining. They're restraining the lead singer. Oh, oh man, that was it. That's unbelievable. All right, I don't know what to believe. Last week you were out. We had a story early last week about the Goonies are going to be remade, or a reunion, or a Goonies 2.
Goonies 2.
I'm sorry. Sequel is the word I'm looking for.
Their kids are going to get lost in a cave trying to save the town. One Eye Willie, and then
Michelle and I both had this conversation last week. Neither of us have ever seen the Goonies.
Dude, is it politically correct to have the sloth guy?
Say it again, Andrew. Turn your microphone on. What?
Well, the actor has passed.
Which one was that?
Well, what was the character? The kid's name was Chunk.
Yeah, I don't.
But the guy who was very disabled, who ends up being the hero at the end, right? I mean, you can't have that in a movie anymore, can you?
Yeah, probably
grown
not.
adults.
All right, well, here's the deal. There was a report last week that the Goonies is going to be remade, or a sequel rather. Goonies 2. And all the original stars allegedly going to return for Goonies 2, and that Steven Spielberg was going to be involved.
A lot of big stars were in that movie.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, you look at Corey Feldman.
Josh Brolin was in that movie.
Josh Brolin went on to make some great stuff. I mean,
Sean Astin.
Yeah, Sean Astin. No Country for Old Men. What with Josh Brolin? What a phenomenal film. All right. Anyway, now. Martha Plimpton from the Goonies says it's not true.
What? Martha Plimpton?
Yep. Not true.
How can the least famous person from the Goonies just sabotage the whole thing?
Yeah, so story came out earlier this month that the Goonies 2 would be filmed next summer with most of the original cast returning. but Corey Feldman and now Martha Plimpton is saying there's no script. We haven't heard boo about this. So I don't know where this. So according to Corey Feldman and now Martha Plimpton, this is untrue, totally false. There is no Goonies 2 on the horizon.
What, the Fratelli twins finally get out of jail 40 years later?
Listen to this. Quote, people, there is no Goonies 2 script. There is no one attached. This was on Instagram, according to Plimpton. Spielberg is not directing. It's not real. What is real is check your registration and vote. That's what she put out on social media. All right, the Emmys last night, which I watched none of it. I do like watching the shows. I'm just done with award shows. I'll look at the recap afterward. Plenty of news sites also have the live updates where they'll keep a scroll of who wins what. But I'll tell you what, the best comedy series, I got to add this to the list, is Hacks. And I guess it's about stand-up comedians or something.
Okay.
Yeah, Hacks.
Where's it on?
I think it's on HBO, if I'm not mistaken.
It's been out for 3 seasons, and I've never heard of it.
No. Oh, I've heard of it. I'm trying to think. Did we watch a little bit of Hacks? You know what? I think we might have.
Is it a scripted show or a reality show or?
No, it's a scripted show.
Okay.
Hold on, I think we watched. Hang on a minute. Yeah, if you didn't hear it earlier, Michelle's birthday is today.
Oh, we didn't.
Michelle is 22.
Because you haven't
a
mentioned
year
it.
younger than my daughter.
You haven't mentioned it 48 times. All right. Well, you gonna ask her if she's ever seen Hacks before?
No, I'm trying to think if we saw this.
Blah, blah.
Great.
Oh, you know what? She's on her walk. I think she's I think she's walking. Yeah, we've got to work out today. See, she's left the house yet. Also, Baby Reindeer was a big winner. The Bear. We've totally caught up on The Bear. We've watched all seasons now.
Is The Bear a comedy?
Hey, Michelle.
Sort of.
Yes.
Are you on your way to the gym?
Yes, I am.
That's what I thought.
Calling to check on me.
I'm not calling to check on you. I'm calling to see. Did we
stalker.
Did we see Hacks?
Yeah, the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, with Gene Smart.
Yes.
Yeah, Gene Smart won the award for lead actress.
When did we watch that? Why am I forgetting that?
Oh my gosh, we watched it like a couple years ago. It was maybe after this. What season are they on? The 3rd or the 4th?
Now they're up to 3.
After like the 2nd season or 3rd season came out, we started watching it, so we had to catch up.
Oh, that's right. She was the old, kind of, wasn't she kind of a washed-up stand-up comic or something?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, we did.
And she
Yeah.
took the other girl under her wing. And,
Yes, that's right. Didn't she send? That's the one where she sends the girl into the thrift shop to buy some old like a candlestick back or something.
No, not a candlestick. I think she cooks like salt and pepper shakers.
Oh, salt. Yeah. That's right. We did see that. That's right. It was good. So wait a minute. They've got multiple seasons. Did we only watch the first season?
No, we watched. I think I don't know what season they're on, but we were caught up until maybe this last one. I don't know if it's dropped yet or not, because remember then everything kind of got jumbled up with COVID, late production, and then the strikes. So
that's right.
Yeah.
I forgot. I was like, it sounds familiar. Wait a minute.
We watched it around the same time that we watched Dead to Me. We watched both of those kind of back to back.
Oh, that's right. Anyway, Shogun. We have not watched Shogun. I've got all the episodes are saved on my TiVo.
I better get to reading the book.
Yeah, so
I want to read the book.
So here's the deal: best drama series was Shogun from FX, and we haven't watched that yet. We've got it saved on TiVo. Best actress was Anna Sawai in Shogun. Best actor drama series was Hiroyuki Sanada, Shogun. Best supporting actress.
Sanada.
Okay, thank you. All right, best supporting actress in a drama series, Elizabeth Debicki, The Crown.
Can you at least say, and the award goes to?
No, The Crown is fantastic. We finished that. Best supporting actor, Billy Crudup, The Morning Show on Apple TV. Best comedy series, Hacks, HBO.
Yeah.
We really enjoyed it.
Yeah,
it's
we
kind of
did.
like a dark comedy, like a little black comedy.
Yeah, remember they were driving through weren't they driving through the desert in her Bentley or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to watch that. We got to watch the new episodes. Best actor in a comedy series, Jeremy Allen White for The Bear.
Uh-huh.
Do you consider The Bear a comedy series? I don't.
They call it like a black comedy.
It positions itself as a black comedy.
Yeah,
dark comedy.
But The Bear is great. We finished all seasons of The Bear. That's fantastic. Best actress in a comedy series, Jean Smart from Hacks. Best supporting actor in a comedy series, Eben Moss Bachrach from The Bear. Oh, she's the older woman in The Bear. She's great. Yeah. Best supporting actress in a comedy series, Lisa Colon Zayas from The Bear. She's the young sous chef, right?
I think so.
Lisa Colon Zayas. Best limited or anthology series was Baby Reindeer.
Yeah, we didn't watch that yet.
And Michelle and I, we were going to start that actually in Virginia Beach for our little getaway weekend, but we didn't. We didn't start that. What?
That's not a romantic movie.
I never said it was romantic.
That's not a romantic TV show. That's not a romantic weekend TV show.
The Baby Reindeer?
There's a lot of...
Instead, we started watching Fight Night, the whole Muhammad Ali story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd rather watch Muhammad Ali on a romantic date.
We watched episode 1 of Fight Night. That's got Don Cheadle in it. It's got, who else is in that?
Kevin Hart.
Oh, Kevin Hart is in it? Kevin Hart's great.
Kevin Hart's in everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We started watching Fight Night, and we saw episode 1, and that was fantastic. I can't wait to watch more. All right, so, but Baby Reindeer's on the list. That won Best Limited
we didn't start watching it because why?
Baby Reindeer?
It takes place in London, and part of the production was done in Edinburgh, and so we said, I asked Chloe if she wanted to wait and watch
that's
it
right.
with us because
Yeah, because...
she might
you don't
recognize
want to
some
watch
things
it with
and-
Chloe either.
No, well, why not?
There's a male grooming episode that's really tough to watch.
You mean a scene?
No, an episode.
There's a whole episode on male grooming?
He has a flashback of...
Oh, no.
And
Anyway, so Michelle said, hey, let's wait to watch Baby Reindeer since it was shot in Edinburgh in Scotland. And we've been to Edinburgh a couple of times because Chloe did her entire junior college year at St. Andrews, just north of Edinburgh.
So just to be clear, there's nothing that is off the table with my family with discussions or anything.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say what Chloe asked her father a certain word meant a couple weeks ago that was heard on Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Oh, geez.
And
She
it
could've
was
called
very
me.
entertaining for me. I wish I would have recorded it.
Listen.
Because it was very funny.
All right, so Baby Reindeer won a lot of stuff. Jodie Foster won Best Actress in a Limited Anthology Series or Movie for True Detective Night Country. Let's see. Fargo won Best Supporting Actor. It was Lamorne Morris. We haven't seen any of Fargo. That's also on the list. Anyway, some big wins and a lot of surprises, actually. So, all right. The Bear did very well. You had Shogun did very well. Hacks did very well. So there's just a couple of examples of the Emmy Awards last night, of which Michelle and I watched absolutely none of it.
Outstanding reality competition program goes to The Traitor, beating out Big Brother, which was robbed.
Oh, wait a sec. So what did you do about Big Brother last night?
I have 4 episodes recorded. I'm watching them tonight.
Oh, really? Yeah, because Fester's
Somebody should spoil it for him. Hurry up and text him.
I already know everything.
I
I know who wins HOH. I know who gets eliminated. I'm just watching the drama unfold.
Hey, Michelle, I know that you sent me this, but I saw it as well. Colin Jost from Saturday Night Live says that purchasing that old rusted behemoth of an old Staten Island ferry was the worst business decision he's ever made. Yeah,
was purchasing it the worst decision he's ever made, or getting in business with
Pete Davidson?
Which one?
Colin Jost is saying that buying the Staten Island ferry with Pete Davidson was the dumbest purchase ever. Oh, you think? Duh! And that Colin Jost, who's married to what? Scarlett Johansson, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that guy supposed to be a genius, like a Harvard grad?
Yeah,
real smarty pants he is.
All right. One bad decision. Guy's doing
Dumbest
fine.
decision he's ever made, buying the Staten Island.
Making scraps every week on SNL so he can do his jokes.
Hey, Michelle, what do you think of Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez sort of together this past weekend, and there was even a PDA filled brunch with the kids. I know. What do you make out of that?
I think they're meant to be together. They just can't get over those publicity issues. And you know what? They did put their children first, because everything you read during the whole time that they were together and dating, their children did get along. I think they have a lot in common. But
here's the deal. Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck, they were seen kissing and holding hands at brunch over the weekend, but the word is that the divorce is still going forward.
Maybe they're better lovers than they are spouses.
Yeah, maybe they just can't be that committed to each other. Maybe it's just easier this way, because then,
You know how much more my wife would like me if I wasn't married to her?
Wait, remember what he said in his marriage to Jennifer Garner? I think he said something like he felt trapped, right? So, maybe he's just not the marrying kind. Maybe he just needs to have the option of not being, so committed, right?
All right.
And if she can accept that, then good for her. And those kids will have a better, life by having friends where they have stuff in common and they're kind of friends, still kind of blended family.
Right.
Good for them.
There we go. It's a relationship.
What do you want to see? You want to see her cat fighting, scratching his eyeballs out, and the ritzy whatever place they were eating?
Yes.
Come on.
Yes, that's exactly. We want to see blood, guts, and horror and all that stuff.
Hey, the Cash Kitty's back today. We had the first winner at 8 o'clock here on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. Yeah, a little cat fight, scratching stuff out. All right, Michelle, I got to run.
Yeah, you got to.
All right, I'll see you at the gym. Have a good workout. Hey, you didn't text me where you want to go to dinner for your birthday tonight.
I'm thinking about it.
Well, hurry up. Send me a text so I can try to get a reservation on a tough Monday night.
A reservation on a Monday?
All right, goodbye, Michelle.
You can walk in anywhere.
All right. Walk safely.
I am.
All right, she's almost at the gym.
What was Chloe's word she had to ask you off of Curb Your Enthusiasm?
I can't tell you.
Can you tell me after?
Yeah, I guess I could.
Okay. Anybody text me and I'll tell you.
All right. How much time do we? Oh man, look at the time. I didn't get to the lemonade story. All right, I'll have to do that tomorrow. I got 2 lemonade stories. I mean, what's going on with kids' lemonade stands? Why are people screwing with kids and lemonade stands? Man, I don't get it. I'll get to that tomorrow. Man, I didn't get to the video game story. I got Gen Z story. I got a Disney item. Oh, did you see the Tyreek Hill officer with that whole Miami situation? That officer's been suspended 6 times during his career with Miami-Dade police.
That's fine.
That's a lot of suspension. I don't know any cops that have been suspended 6 times and still have their job.
And yet he still handled himself appropriately for Tyreek Hill.
You know what? You weren't here last week, but I said that there was, I think, blame on both sides. Tyreek Hill did not comply. You don't roll up the window on a dark-tinted window when the cop's outside after pulling you over. So, and even Tyreek Hill said he wished he would have handled it better. But interestingly, the cop's been suspended 6 times. Not like he has a totally clean jacket, you know? We got to roll. Anything else?
No, I don't have a totally clean jacket either.
Yeah, you've got chili and mustard stains all over it.
Little nacho cheese stains.
Yeah, all over the place. We got to roll, folks. I'm looking at my pile for tomorrow. We got a lot to do. We'll see you back here tomorrow on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. Don't forget the Cash Kitty's coming up again in minutes. The Cash Kitty is back again in like 9 minutes. Another Cash Kitty keyword and your chance to text in and win $1,000. And we had the $1,000 winner earlier today right here on the MJ Morning Show at 8 o'clock. So 10 a.m., 12 noon, 3 p.m., 5 p.m. today, then back again at 8 o'clock tomorrow with the Cash Kitty. See you tomorrow, folks. MJ Morning Show, over and out. And let's be careful out there.
The Q105 app is your connection to all the big contests. Powered by Anna Jar and Levine.